Hey everyone, it's Jen with Timeline Tarot, and these are your full moon in Aquarius messages. I will begin with Aries, work my way around the zodiac wheel here, ending at Pisces. Timestamps, as always, will be in the description box. I have set the intention of this reading to be for your sun, moon, rising, as well as your Venus placements. If you're not sure what those placements are, also in the description box is a link where you can obtain your free birth chart. Take a look at that site and then just come back here and click on the timestamp for the respective placement or placements that you wish to view. Keep in mind, my friends, this is a collective general reading. I know, it's quite the shock. That means it is not individualized nor personalized to you, and therefore messages may come through today that do not fully resonate with you. And if that occurs, please don't get upset. It just means that one message is meant for someone else of your sign or your sign's placement. So just take what fits, how it fits, leave what doesn't. And of course, if you would like a one-on-one live Zoom tarot reading with yours truly, please visit my website, thetimelinetarot.com, for more information. With all of that said, let's begin. Hello, Aries. Let's take a look at your full moon in Aquarius messages. You have Feast of Plenty, Choices and Their Consequences, card number 20. It's interesting in this card, we have two swords here going into a globe. And so maybe for some of you, there's a decision here that you need to make. And that's why we have the choices and their consequences on the card. You then have last quarter moon in Sagittarius, practice gratitude. And then you have Yang Moon, Strength. Okay. Tell me more about this here for Aries. Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. What do they need to know about Feast of Plenty, Choices and Their Consequences, last quarter moon in Sagittarius, practice gratitude, and the Yang Moon, Strength. One more shuffle. Thank you. First card out, my dear, we have the Nine of Swords, the Devil, and the Seven of Pentacles. The Nine of Swords is being crossed by the Six of Pentacles. The Devil is crossed by the Sun. And the Seven of Pentacles crossed by the Eight of Wands. Bottom of the deck, we have Five of Cups, Page of Pentacles, and Page of Wands. That leaves Justice, Four of Pentacles, King of Cups, Queen of Swords here to the Lover's card at the bottom of the deck. Tell me why the Nine of Swords to the Six of Pentacles is here for Aries. One more shuffle. Thank you. Nine of Swords to the Six of Pentacles is clarified by the Star card, the Ten of Cups, and the Eight of Swords. Bottom of the deck, we have Queen of Pentacles to the Eight of Pentacles to the Three of Pentacles. Lots of pentacle energy here for a fire sign. So I feel like there is a choice here on the table that you need to make. I kind of feel like you've been really up in your head, right? Eight of Swords, Nine of Swords, understandable. So obviously it is a difficult choice for you to make. With all of this pentacle energy, I almost feel like the choice here is between structure and stability and emotional contentment. I feel like that's what you have here. You have the Star and the Ten of Cups. So you have a situation, environment, or connection that you see as wish fulfillment, as you see as something that has the possibility to create long-term emotional contentment for you. And then you have this other choice or energy here, situation, environment, or connection, which is the Six of Pentacles. And I feel like that's something that is more like a reciprocal energy here, because we have Three Pentacles on one side, Three on the other. So it's almost like this is structured and stable. This is reliable, right? This is dependable. I give you Three, you give me Three. And this is almost like the other choice or option that's like the hope or the wish of full emotional contentment. And I feel like these are your choices here at this time, and you're clearly very much up in your head. I mean, for me, the Eight of Swords is something like you're thinking about it all day long, and then the Nine of Swords is like, well, even when you're sleeping at night, you're subconsciously thinking about it. So this is this choice or this decision has a big mental strain or is taking a big mental toll on you, and that's because the choice you make here will have significant impact or significant consequences ripple throughout your life. The Practice Gratitude card here is being clarified by the Devil and the Sun. Why is that here? Why is that here? One more shuffle. Thank you. So the Devil to the Sun card is being clarified by Four of Pentacles, the Tower, and the Two of Wands. Bottom of the deck, Two of Swords. So again, we go back to this decision that needs to be made. So the Practice Gratitude card is really interesting because this is almost like saying, be grateful that you even have this choice to make, even though it's a difficult choice. Some people never have structure and stability in their life. Some people never have the opportunity to have emotional contentment in their life. It seems like these two things are very different. And so it's not like you can have both. I don't think you can combine these two things, right? This would be like two different jobs or two different living situations or maybe two different relationships. But the epiphany here in that Tower moment is almost like, be grateful that you even have the choice. Some people don't have the choice, and some people don't have either in their lives. So the Yang Moon with the Strength card here is clarified by the Seven of Pentacles and the Eight of Wands. The Seven of Pentacles for me is typically the card of giving long-term consideration or thoughts about, do I want to continue investing in blank, or do I want to invest in blank at all? So it's almost like... and strength for me is Leo energy, but it's a quiet strength. So it's almost like hold yourself back and really think about these choices. And not only finding gratitude in them, but also really think through the consequences of the choices before proceeding forward. Because that Page of Wands, Page of Pentacles, Five of Cups here tells me this definitely is a situation, environment, or connection where it's like it's either or. It's not both. So one would need to be left behind. And so this is telling you to give considerable thought to that. Tell me more about the Seven of Pentacles to the Eight of Wands. Tell me more about this. One more shuffle here. Thank you. This is being clarified by the Hierophant, the Page of Swords, and the Empress. Bottom of the deck, King of Cups shows themselves again to the Queen of Swords, to the Lovers. Again, that choice here is on the table for you. So definitely give... You know, this is, the Hierophant is Taurian energy. It talks about structure and stability. So there is, and then the Empress card is like, you know, the best qualities of all four queens or best qualities of all four kings. And it's almost like, really think about this thoroughly, this decision that you need to make. This is almost like the dream versus what you currently have. I think what you currently have is structured and stable, but I don't feel like it's emotionally fulfilling for you. Whereas this other option or choice appears to have everything that you want, right? Because it embodies the best qualities of all four queens or best qualities of all four kings. So if we're looking in terms of job, it's like one is a stable, structured job, right? You can rely on 40 hours a week and X amount of dollars in the bank. And then the Empress with that would be like, but you starting your own business and you being the master of your destiny, of your domain, and not having to rely on a supervisor or manager or a higher up, you know, to give you a raise. It's like that's something you would always be able to do yourself. So I feel like the Hierophant, whether this is a situation, environment, or connection, is reliable, but also restrictive. Whereas the other option here seems to be the Empress, and that allows for more expansive growth here for you personally. So there's definitely heavy contemplation here that needs to be made for the Aries collective. Are you staying in something that is structured and stable yet restrictive because it offers you some semblance of security? Or are you willing to, you know, shoot your shot, if you will, figuratively speaking, and make the choice to go in the opposite direction with something that's maybe not as structured or stable, but definitely has the potential here to be way more emotionally fulfilling for you, and possibly even closer to like a dream of yours, especially with that Star card, right? That's like your wish fulfillment there. So let's get you 3 cards of advice. One more shuffle here. Thank you. We have the Knight of Swords, we have the Nine of Wands, and we have the Six of Wands. Bottom of the deck, we have King of Swords. So your advice here, followed by the King of Wands and then the Ace of Cups. So, you know, the Knight of Swords is a knight that rushes into battle. However, they rush into battle holding the sword of truth. It is the knight willing to die on that sword. It's not a yes, ma'am, yes, sir knight. This is the knight willing to go into battle, regardless of what the outcome could be, because they wholeheartedly believe in the mission, or they believe in the purpose of the battle. So there is something here about, yes, finding gratitude just at the simple fact that you have these options and choices, but then obtaining all of the information you need in order to proceed forward and have victory in your life. I feel like if you make this decision solely based on emotion or solely based on stability, I'm not saying you would make the wrong choice here, but it's almost like it may not be the most fulfilling for you. So there's definitely something here about acquiring all of the facts, the figures, right? Especially when I see King of Swords to the Knight of Swords. That's no emotion, not looking at the stability, just looking at the facts. And maybe for some of you, that's what you actually need to write down. It's like, if this is, you know, a decision between 2 jobs, what are all of the benefits of job A? and what are all of the benefits of job B. I almost feel like you need to do a side-by-side comparison here, because the choice you make does have a consequence. The structure and stable, whatever this is here, provides you with the stability you need, but it is quite restrictive. Yet the other thing is emotional fulfillment, but also has the ability to become structure and stable, whereas what is structure and stable doesn't have the ability to become emotionally fulfilling for you. So that's what I have for you, Aries. Looks like you have quite the decision here on your plate. It's a big choice that you need to make because, of course, there's a consequence here, but there's something here about you removing the emotion from the equation and even removing the want, need, or desire for stability and seriously just looking at the facts before proceeding forward. I feel like that's how you'll make the best decision for yourself at this time. That is what I have for you, my dear. That is your full moon in Aquarius message. If you like those messages, they resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of them, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, I am wishing you light, love, and peace. Hello, Taurus. Let's take a look at your full moon in Aquarius messages. You have Stranger, Curiosity, card number 53. Full moon in Pisces, Forgive. Howl at the moon, process your feelings. Why do I feel that you had something similar last year in one of the full moon readings that I did? Maybe it was last August or last September. Okay, tell me more about this here. For Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. What do they need to know about Stranger, Curiosity, Full moon in Pisces, Forgive, and Howl at the moon, process your feelings? One more shuffle here. Thank you. First card out, my dear, we have the Hierophant. That is your energy, followed by the Queen of Cups, Six of Wands, Eight of Wands, the Empress, and the Five of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, we have Nine of Swords, Ten of Pentacles, Two of Cups. That leaves the Page of Swords, Seven of Wands, Ten of Wands here at the bottom of the deck. I feel like this Stranger with Curiosity is you, Taurus, because the Hierophant is Taurian energy. I feel like you're curious about proceeding forward with something. All right, let's start clarifying these messages. Why is the Hierophant to the Eight of Wands here for Taurus? Why is the Hierophant to the Eight of Wands here for Taurus? One more shuffle. Thank you. Hierophant to the Eight of Wands is clarified by the Queen of Wands, the Page of Wands. Two cards came out. I'm going to take them. Page of Pentacles and the Three of Swords. Bottom of the deck, Page of Swords. A lot of page energy here for you, Taurus. Is that Queen of Wands there, Taurus? Is the Queen of Wands there, Taurus? So if we get a Ace or Major Arcana card, that would be a yes. Is that Queen of Wands, Taurus? One more shuffle. Thank you. No, it's not. Five of Cups. Okay, so Taurus, I feel, and then we've got the High Priestess card here at the bottom of the deck. So Taurus, I feel like you're the stranger here per se. I feel like there's someone here in your life. Could be Queen of Wands or King of Wands. I don't read genitals or body parts. I feel like you're curious about this individual. This was just a yes/no card, so I'm going to put it back into the deck for you. I just want to explain why I'm doing that. Anyway, Taurus, I feel like you're the one curious. I think you're curious about a Queen/King of Wands. I think you're curious about this individual. You are tempted to communicate with this individual. I think what is stopping you here is heartbreak. And I see that also here with processing your feelings with the Five of Pentacles energy. So you have an individual here. I feel like they're within, I don't know, I just heard within view. Tell me more about this here. I feel like you're monitoring this person. Like you're studying this person. You're learning more about this person. Tell me more about this Queen/King of Wands. One more shuffle. Thank you. Three of Wands, Eight of Pentacles, and the Nine of Wands. Bottom of the deck, the Hermit. Taurus, I feel like you're waiting for this person. I feel you're curious about this person. I feel like there's a desire here within you to want to communicate with this person, but I feel like you're waiting for this person to make the first move. In the meantime, you seem to be curious about them. You're monitoring them. Could be a little stalking, whether that's in person or online. There could also be small communication here between you and this person, but you're not making any big, bold, brave moves towards them. You're very reserved. And that's because of some heartache here that you have not quite yet processed or finished processing. We have the Forgive card here. Empress to the Queen of Cups. Why is Empress to the Queen of Cups here for Forgive? One more shuffle. Thank you. We have the Magician, we have the Lovers, and we have the Ten of Swords. Oof. Okay. So Taurus, I feel like you have someone here in your life who they made the choice. They made the active choice to betray you. This is not one act of betrayal. This is 10. These are 10 swords in your back, whether those are lies, lies by omission, betrayal, cheating, deception. This was a painful ending or a painful chapter or a painful revelation in this relationship that you have with this individual. I think you have a lot of love or respect or esteem for this person, but you are having an inability to forgive this individual. It's like you would like this person in your life, but you're having a difficult time forgiving them for whatever transgressions here came to light with the Sun card, King of Swords, Five of Wands. It's like you found something out here. Some act of betrayal came to the surface or came to light. It may have caused an argument or discord. This could also be someone who maybe like put you in competition, because sometimes the Five of Wands could speak about competition. I feel like you're having an inability here to forgive this person. Is this person the same person as the Queen/King of Wands? That's what I'd like to know. Is this person the same person? So if we get a Ace or Major Arcana card, that would be a yes. Is this the same person who betrayed Taurus? One more shuffle here. Thank you. Yes, it is. Judgment. Okay. So that's a Major Arcana card. So that's a yes. So this is the individual, whether they're masculine or feminine, who betrayed you, emotionally maimed you, caused you a lot of heartache. I also want to say there's also a lot of mental distress here as well, because that 3 of Swords, 10 of Swords, 9 of Swords here. So I feel like you're curious about this person. You're curious about whether or not you can reconnect with this individual. You're kind of waiting for them to approach you. And I feel like the reason why you're not moving forward with this individual is because you're having a difficult time forgiving them for hurting you or betraying you here. Okay, the Star card just flew out of the deck, which does talk about healing, hope, and healing. So you need to process your feelings here, Taurus. We have the Five of Pentacles to the Six of Wands. Tell me more about this. The Five of Pentacles would be someone who feels like they're in emotional lack. Now, I don't know, maybe this person financially burdened you in some way. You know, the 10 of Swords to the 5 of Pentacles. I don't know, maybe you feel like this person used you for money or stole your resources or wasted your time. And something like that could be playing out here as well. For others of you, it's just what this person did made you feel isolated or put out in the cold, or this could be someone who emotionally abandoned you at some point. Tell me more about this here. One more shuffle. Thank you. You have the Devil, you have the 2 of Pentacles, and you have the Hangman. Bottom of the deck, Ace of Pentacles. So, Taurus, I feel like whatever this person did to you plays on a loop over and over and over again. You know, the 8 of Swords, 9 of Swords for me is kind of like the Minor Arcana card for the Devil card. I know that it's not astrologically speaking, but I always see it as lower octave of the Devil, because it's just these negative thoughts or thoughts that hurt us repeating over and over again. And I feel like that's what you're dealing with. I don't really feel like you have processed these feelings. I just think you continually think about what this person did to you. And I almost feel like you're frozen or suspended in time, like when that happened or when you found out about it. There's a feeling here of like not being able to move forward in life because you keep replaying this over and over again. 9 of Swords to the 10 of Pentacles to the 2 of Cups. I feel like this is a connection that has value for you, right? In the 10 of Pentacles card. This could be a family member. This could be a friend. This could be someone at work who screwed you over. Could be a spouse for some of you as well when we see the Hierophant, the 10 of Pentacles. Significant other, a mother figure here with the Empress to the Queen of Cups. Tell me more about this for Taurus. Who's this 2 of Cups? One more shuffle. 2 of Cups is clarified by 3 of Cups, the Hermit, and the 9 of Cups. Bottom of the deck, the Star card. So I feel like this is a connection that at some point made you very happy. I do feel like there could have been a third-party situation here with that 3 of Cups. Three of Swords. I see the Queen of Wands. Sometimes that's can be the other person here. But for those of you like where this is not a third, where you're there, you know, for some of you where this is a third party situation, because I see the Lovers card here as well. If you were to move forward in this connection, then there would be a need here for you to forgive this person for their transgressions, right? If they engaged with a third entity here, or brought a third entity into the relationship with, you know, without your knowledge or approval or something like that. But for those of you where this is not a third party, I feel like you have done a lot of soul searching, and you do feel like this is your, you know, it is a person you want in your life. This is either like, this is the boyfriend I want, the girlfriend I want, you know what I mean? The wife, the husband. I feel like in that sense, you're seeing things clearly, that you want like reunion with this person, or you want to kind of put this relationship back together again. But it will be almost impossible for you to do that, Taurus, if you're not wholeheartedly forgiving this person for what transpired here. It'll be really difficult for you to move forward in the connection, or to restabilize this connection, because the Devil to the Nine of Swords, this will constantly plague you, and it will affect the trust and even the feelings that you have for this person. So in this full moon in Aquarius, Taurus, might be necessary. I mean, should you choose to do this, to surrender, because full moons are all about releasing, surrender and releasing the animosity or the resentment or the hurt or the pain that you have here for this individual. There might be a need here where you really, really need to go within and forgive this person. Otherwise, I just don't see the connection working out long-term for you if all of your interaction with this person will consciously and subconsciously bring you right back to what they did to you in the past. Let's get 3 cards of advice here. Thank you. We have the Death card, we have the Tower, and we have the Star card. That's some powerful advice there for you, Taurus. The advice basically here is the only way to heal this connection and to completely reboot it and restart it, I'm talking clean slate, is for radical acceptance of what happened and radical forgiveness. That's the only way that this connection can be healed. Otherwise, Death card to the Tower to the Star card would mean the complete collapse of this relationship moving forward. So there's a need here to really forgive this person if you want to continue existing in the connection with them. And it's not so much that you're condoning what they did to you. It's just saying, I'm forgiving them for what they did. Not for them, but for you. Because this is a very unhealthy way to exist in this connection if you're not capable of forgiving this person fully. So it's almost like you have to forgive them fully or let them go. There's something like that here at play, because if you hold on to the connection the way it is with all of this resentment and rage, and I understand why you have it just looking at the cards, but the relationship won't be able to stand the test of time here, even if it's a marriage, if there's all of that pent-up rage and anger and resentment. So maybe for some of you, even counseling could be therapeutic and helpful when it comes to processing those feelings. But that's what I have for you, Taurus. Those are your full moon in Aquarius messages. If you like those messages, they resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of them, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, I am wishing you light, love, and peace. Hello, Gemini Twin Gang. Let's take a look at our full moon in Aquarius messages. We have Fortune's Wheel, luck and right timing, card number 23. 2 plus 3 is 5. This is all about change. I feel like your luck is about to change, because this is definitely like Wheel of Fortune kind of vibe here. You then have first quarter moon in Cancer, push through any insecurity. And then you have a moonrise, cleansing. Okay. Tell me more about this here for Gemini. Sun, moon, rising, as well as Venus. What do they need to know about the Fortune's Wheel, luck and right timing, first quarter moon in Cancer, push through any insecurity, and moonrise, cleansing? Let's get one more shuffle here for you. Thank you. First card out, 4 of Pentacles, 7 of Cups, 8 of Cups, Ace of Swords, 4 of Cups, and 4 of Swords. Wow. Bottom of the deck, Page of Wands, 10 of Swords, Queen of Cups. Okay. That leaves the 2 of Pentacles, 5 of Pentacles, Knight of Wands here to the 9 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. I feel like there's something here that you want to do in your life. And I don't know what that is for you. Learn a new skill, expand upon a skill you have, launch a business, revisit a hobby. There's definitely something here that you want to do. You can see it very clearly. I want to do this, blank, whatever this is, but you're holding yourself back from doing it. You're holding yourself back. Same thing with pushing through any insecurities. Like you have all of these options and choices, and you're not accepting any of them at this time. The Four of Cups is, it's not a yes, it's not a no, it's a maybe. I'll look at it another time, or I'll think of it another time. And I think the reason why you're having this is because you're dealing with an ending here. The Four of Swords to the Eight of Cups, it's like you have either emotionally disengaged or physically disengaged from a situation, environment, or connection here. And I feel like you're still healing. You're definitely still healing over this ending. So it's almost like what you wanted to do, even though it's the right time for you to do it, you could be feeling very insecure about going in this direction because you're still processing the pain from whatever that experience was. Tell me why the Ace of Swords to the Four of Pentacles is here for Gemini. One more shuffle here. Thank you. This is being clarified by the Seven of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands, and the Knight of Cups. I don't know why you're delaying because the Seven of Pentacles is like, is the juice worth the squeeze? I don't know if I want to invest in this, but it's something you've been wanting to do for a while. You have two aces here, and there are only four in a tarot deck. So you have two of the four aces here. You can see this clearly. It's something that'll set your soul on fire. You want to take action towards it, and yet you're resistant to do that. But this is the universe telling you that this is the week where it's like the universe is on your side. This is the time to push through and move forward with this. Tell me about these insecurities. Why is the Four of Cups to the Seven of Cups here? Why is that here for Gemini? One more shuffle. Thank you. This is being clarified. Ace of Pentacles. You now have three of the four aces on the table. Three of Wands and the Star card. This is wish fulfillment for you. I don't know what this is. A career move, a relationship. This is three out of the four aces. I mean, this is beautiful. This is wish fulfillment. You've been waiting. You've been waiting to do this, to launch this, to ask this person out, to move in this direction, to give this apology. Like, I don't know what this is for you, but this is the time to do it. Three out of the four aces are here. You're definitely being divinely guided to do this, but you're pausing. You're pausing and you're pausing. Moonrise and cleansing. There's something here about releasing the hurt and the pain. I don't know what came to an end there. Let's clarify that Ten of Swords first. Whatever this was for you, I kind of feel like, and I'm not trying to minimize what you've gone through, but the Ten of Swords is actually not a terrible card for a Gemini, because astrologically speaking, that is the sun in Gemini. So it's like it's a new dawn, it's a new day, the worst is over. But you're allowing that pain or the residual pain from whatever that was to affect you moving forward in your life with whatever this is. Like, this has nothing to do with this. That's the vibe that I'm getting. What's that Ten of Swords? We have the Chariot. So something that was moving forward came to an abrupt end or an abrupt stop. Temperance and the Five of Pentacles. Okay. So something that was balanced, that was moving forward, that you thought you would have victory in. And again, I don't know if that's, in career and finance for you or love and romance, but there was something here that you thought you would have long-term success with it. And it came to an abrupt, painful ending. I mean, you're sitting there in the Five of Pentacles. This is like the what the hell happened feeling, right? Four Swords. What precedes that is the Three of Swords. So this was heartbreaking. This left you feeling ghosted, abandoned, not good enough. You might have even taken a financial hit there. I don't know what this is for you. It's a collective general reading. But so you're a little bit too emotionally and energetically focused on that loss. And again, I'm not trying to minimize it for you, but it is blocking this. This ending has made you feel so insecure about yourself and your capabilities and your abilities that you're not moving forward towards wish fulfillment, even though this is the time to strike. Strike when the iron is hot. The iron is hot. And yet you're allowing this other, excuse me, this other situation here or environment or connection, whatever this was for you that came to an end or where you suffered some kind of significant loss, you're allowing it to hinder your ability forward. Tell me more about the Four Swords to the Eight of Cups. There's something here about you emotionally healing, emotionally cleansing. One more shuffle here. Thank you. We have the moon card. Well, we have a full moon in Aquarius. This would be the time to do that. Six of Swords, so you can move on. And Six of Pentacles, start putting some pentacle energy into the new. So, you know, full moons are all about releasing. So there's something here about releasing the pain, releasing the doubts, releasing the fears, releasing the insecurities. Just kind of give it to God and let it go, because this is your moment to rise. This is your moment to run after this dream. And you can't allow, I mean, I guess you could, you have the divine gift of free will, but this is your moment. And I mean, if this were my reading and I'm a Gemini sun, I would not allow that to deter me from this, because we've waited like 13 years, 12 years for Jupiter to finally get into Cancer. 13 years we've waited, and it's like, it's here now. And Jupiter, for those of you who don't know, Jupiter is the ruling planet of our opposite sign of Sagittarius. And for the last year, Jupiter was in Gemini. And whenever you have your opposite sign's ruling planet in your sign, it becomes debilitated, not just for you, but for the entire zodiac. But now it's moved into Cancer as of a month ago. So these are literally, and now I was going to say 12 months, but now it's 10. These are roughly the next 10 months where you pouring your pentacle energy, that Six of Pentacles, into this will be incredibly beneficial to you, making this dream come true. So whether that is temporary loss or permanent loss, personally, I would not allow it to deter me from this. This is what you've always wanted. I wouldn't hold myself back from pursuing it because of that. That's just my opinion. Let's get 3 cards of advice here for you. One more shuffle here. Thank you. 5 of Wands, 7 of Wands, High Priestess. Look, bottom of the deck, you've got the 10 of Cups, Queen of Swords. There you are, 4 of Wands. This is total emotional contentment, however you define it. This is happiness. This is structure. This is stability. This is your moment to beat out the competition and to move forward, to stand your ground in the 7 of Wands and say, I will not allow that to block me from this, to block me from this fortune. And if this message is resonating with you, Gemini, I'm not telling you anything you don't know, because the High Priestess is there. I just feel like if this message is hitting for you, you already know. You're highly intuitive. So I think you know this in your gut. I'm not telling you not to process these feelings, not to process this loss, not to give it to God. You know, in that full moon in Aquarius on August 9th, I certainly would do all of that and continue to process and heal that ending. But I would not allow it to impede your forward movement on this. This is spectacular. This is 3 out of the 4 aces. And considering the Knight of Cups brings forth with him the Ace of Cups, technically kind of had all 4 aces on the table. So I would move forward on this if I were you. That's what I have for you, Gemini. That is your full moon in Aquarius message. If you like those messages, they resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of them, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, I am wishing you light, love, and peace. Hello, Cancer. Let's take a look at your full moon in Aquarius messages. You have repairing the veil, forgiveness, card number 45. First quarter moon in Aquarius, trust the universe. Out of bounds moon, boundaries. Okay. Tell me more about this here for Cancer. Cancer, sun, moon, rising, as well as Venus. What do they need to know about repairing the veil, forgiveness, first quarter moon in Aquarius, trust the universe, out of bounds moon, boundaries. One more shuffle here. Thank you. First card out, my darling. 3 of Cups, Queen of Wands, 2 of Swords, 9 of Cups, 5 of Wands, 7 of Wands. Bottom of the deck, we have a Page of Cups, the Hierophant, and the Ace of Cups. Beautiful. I'm going to take this too. Oh my God. Full to the Sun card. Gorgeous. Gorgeous energy there. Okay. So repairing the veil, my love. Forgiveness. I don't know if this is one person, 2 people, a group of people, right? Because it's a collective general reading. But I feel like there's a need here for you to, and again, it's just a general collective reading. Please don't get offended. I'm not trying to tell you what to do with your life. But there's either, like I said, and I'm looking at 1, 3, or 5 people, but take it how it resonates to you. There's someone here that hurt you, okay? I don't think you saw it coming. And even if you did, I don't think you expected this person to hurt you in this way. I think you were a bit blindfolded when it came in. So I think it was quite a shock for you. There's a need here for you to forgive. And I know that's really hard to do. but it's blocking your happiness. Forgive doesn't mean you condone what this person or these people did to you. Forgive doesn't even mean that you have to allow this person or these people back into your life, but it is a block towards your true happiness. So tell me more about this. 9 of Cups to the 3 of Cups. 9 of Cups to the 3 of Cups. One more shuffle here. Thank you. I'm going to put this out there for one of you watching. There might be a need here for you to forgive yourself, whether it was a transgression that you did against someone, or maybe just forgive yourself because you might be being too hard on yourself. Like, right, why didn't I see that? Why didn't I see the red flags? Or why did I ignore them? So for some of you, maybe, you know, you did this act of transgression against someone. For others of you, you're blaming yourself why you didn't see what this person was doing to you. Like, why didn't I see it sooner? Or why did I tolerate it? But either way, there's a need here to forgive. And again, you're not condoning what this other person did. And you're not even saying, hey, it's okay to ignore the red flags from here on out. But it is blocking your happiness. And you've got some really good stuff coming in. But this needs to be handled first. So what do we have here? We have the Queen of Swords. We have the 6 of Cups. And we have the King of Swords. Bottom of the deck, we have 4 of Cups. So I kind of feel like you have 2 people here. This could be your mother and father. Now, these people don't have to be alive. These people, maybe they have passed on. There's something here where you're holding on to resentment or pain. And I don't know why that is. Maybe you're upset because, you know, someone passed away and you feel like they left you too soon. This could be an ex who left you for another person. You know, these very well could be siblings that have turned on you, or a friend group that alienated you. I don't know who these people are. I know that they're soulmate, soul bond connections. I know that you felt abandoned and rejected and unwanted by this person or these people. I see the 7 of Swords card there. So there was some lying or cheating or deception. But again, the feeling here is, and again, not that you're condoning what they did, but they're still stealing from you. They're still 7 of Swording you, even if they're no longer in your life. Because what they did to you, you're allowing it to prevent you from taking care of yourself, nurturing yourself, connecting with other people, getting back out there into the world, enjoying life again, having new experiences, having fun again, just loving life again. So even if you excommunicated this person or these people out of your life, or they have left this earth, there's still something here where you're sabotaging your own happiness by holding on to what they did to you. Tell me more about this 5 of Wands to the Queen of Wands. This is clarifying trusting the universe. One more shuffle here. Thank you. This is clarified by King of Cups, Strength card, and King of Wands. We have a lot of people here. So I don't know if this is within the friend dynamic, a family dynamic, or there was lots of cheating here, if it's a romantic relationship. But I feel like you're having a hard time understanding. And again, if it's not your message, check another placement. But I tapped into a group of you where you don't understand how this person or these people could have done this to you. It's like, I don't understand. I almost get the feeling that for one person watching, you kind of feel ganged up on. Like, you don't understand how these people all turned on you. And there's something here about trusting the universe, that it was all supposed to play out this way. You would not have, or would not be, emerging out of this disaster here as the King or Queen of Wands, because these are 2 people that are forged through fire. So, and you're a water sign. So it's almost like having to look at this as, I had to go through that. I was too soft. Don't be offended. I was too soft. I would close my eyes and ignore the red flags, or I put people up on pedestals, or I was, you know, very generous with my love and my time and my heart, you know. I mean, Cancerians love deep. When you love deep. And when you give the shirt off your back to the individual or individuals that you care about. So being crossed by this person or these people has wounded you terribly, but it has also made you stronger because you had to be forged through this fire. And so there's something here about trusting the universe, that all of that chaos and that conflict wasn't meant to defeat you. It was meant to make you rise. And there's something about that, like you're way more stronger now, where maybe in the past, again, that King/Queen of Cup energy, maybe a little too soft, a little too trusting, a little too naive, thinking everyone in the world has the heart that you do, and having to have this horrible experience that kind of opens up your eyes, you know, broke your heart and fixed your vision here and made you realize everyone is not like you and everyone does not have your heart. And so I don't think that this experience was intended to harden you, like so you never love again. I just think it's so you would be more discerning with your love. And that's why your next card here is boundaries, because, you know, right above it says out of bounds. And I think that's kind of how it was before. I think you allowed everyone in and out of your life, even when they went out of bounds, even when they did not respect your boundaries. It was just your love for this person or these people. It's almost like you convinced yourself that they had the right to treat you this way. And so with this person or these people breaking your heart and fixing your vision, and you coming out of the, you know, I mean, you're rising from the ashes here. This is definitely a phoenix rising from the ashes kind of vibe. It's being able to look at this and say, I wouldn't be who I am today, so much stronger, with such greater discernment when it comes to connections in my life, had I not gone through that. And so now moving forward, 7 of Wands is having the ability to still love at a distance, love with some healthy boundaries. Because the truth is, in the past, you didn't do that. Even if you saw the red flags, you kind of ignored them. I have a feeling you'll never make that mistake again. 7 of Wands to the 2 of Swords. Why is that here for the boundaries card? An out of bounds moon. One more shuffle. Thank you. 3 of Pentacles, 6 of Swords, and 8 of Cups. I think you're walking away from being a people-pleasing Cancerian. And I love that about you, because your heart is still intact. 3 of Cups, 9 of Cups. You still have the ability to love and love deeply, but you're putting yourself first. Lots of singular vibe here. And I think that's what you learned, was that you need to put your emotional contentment and your, you know, your emotional stability at the forefront in any connection that you're in, professional, platonic, or romantic. It's like we can never let that happen again. So if you're holding on to any bitterness or resentment or pain, or, you know, anything like that when it comes to this person or these people, full moon in Aquarius is a perfect time to let it go. Release it, give it to God. Don't allow it to cloud the road ahead of you, because the road ahead of you is gorgeous. I mean, gorgeous. It's gorgeous. So that 8 of Cups to the 6 of Swords to the 3 of Pentacles, I would really put in the Pentacle energy, the effort to heal this once and for all, to forgive it, release it, and let it go. And do not allow it to affect your happiness anymore. You have some really wonderful opportunities and soulmate connections here entering your life. They're structured, they're solid, they're steady, they're loving, they're kind. And I wouldn't allow what this person or these people did here in the past to block this, because everything, you know, is comprised of energy. And for us to have the energetic space to allow new stuff in, that means we have to let some stuff go energetically. You know, and I've made this comment before. I don't know if it was for Scorpio or Pisces, but I have a shelf in my closet. I love my designer bags. I'm not a fancy person at all, but I love my designer bags. And I don't have many, probably less than a dozen, but they're really nice bags. Every now and then I see one online or somewhere and I get really tempted. I really want that bag. But the reason why I only allow that shelf is once it's full, there's no Jen going out and spending $500 or $1,000 on a stupid pocketbook again. Like that's not how I will scrounge my money. I will save for 2 years to buy that purse. But if there's no space on that shelf, I don't buy it. I would have to remove a purse. I need to give it away. I need to sell it. You know what I mean? I got to donate it. Something like that. And energetic space works the same way. And so even if this person or these people are no longer in your life, you holding on to the resentment still holds energetic space for them. And so you have no space for the new to come in. And you have so much loveliness coming in. Page of Cups, Hierophant, Ace of Cups, the Fool card, the New Beginning, the Sun card, 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles. There's a block here. There's no space on your energetic shelf for that to come in. So there's definitely a need here for you to let this go. And the full moon in Aquarius is the perfect time for you to do that. Let's get you 3 cards of advice, my love. 3 cards of advice here for Cancer. One more shuffle. Thank you. Page of Swords, Temperance, Knight of Wands, bottom of the deck, 10 of Swords. Let it go. This, no longer holding on to it. 4 swords, you need to heal it. 9 of Pentacles, become free and independent of it. I would look up ways in that Page of Swords energy, how to release resentment, how to release bitterness, how to forgive. Plenty of resources online. Please take the time this week to do some research. And if you need to speak to an individual like a therapist or a counselor, please do that as well. I did 18 months of therapy after my divorce, and it helped me immensely, not just with understanding why, you know, the relationship ended, but I mean, during that 18-month period, I mean, we went through my whole life. So it definitely was beneficial. And if you don't have medical insurance that can cover it, there are plenty of therapists that provide very low cost, pay-as-you-go options and solutions online. So if you need to do that, do that. If not, speak to a trusted friend. You can always journal. But there's definitely something here about acquiring information and resources so you can really forgive this person or maybe even yourselves, and you can move forward towards the blessings that are waiting for you. That's what I have for you, my love. That is your full moon in Aquarius message. If you like those messages, they resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of them, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, I am wishing you light, love, and peace. Hello, Leo. How are you doing? I hope you're well. If you're celebrating your birthday this week, I'd like to wish you a very, very happy birthday. Let's take a look, my darling, at your full moon in Aquarius messages. Benefactor, grace and generosity, card number 3. New moon in Sagittarius, focus on the positive. And moonlit, embrace uncertainty. Okay. Tell me why this is here for Leo. What does Leo need to know about this? For Leo, sun, moon, rising, as well as Venus. Benefactor, grace and generosity. New moon in Sagittarius, focus on the positive. And moonlit, embrace uncertainty. Let's get one more shuffle here. Thank you. We have Knight of Cups, the Sun, 8 of Wands, 8 of Swords, Queen of Cups, and the Fool. Here we have the Justice card, the Page of Cups, and the Queen of Swords. That leaves the Emperor, the World, and the Strength card here to the 6 of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Let's clarify this Benefactor card, grace and generosity. It's being clarified here by the 8 of Swords and the Knight of Cups. Why is this here? 8 of Swords and the Knight of Cups. One more shuffle here. Thank you. And I said king on accident there, but I don't know what these are here. They're like gerbils or something, but one of them is wearing a crown. And the crown caught my eye, and that's why I had said king. I apologize. We have the Strength card, which is your energy. We have the Knight of Pentacles, and we have the 10 of Wands. Bottom of the deck is Temperance. I get the feeling here that you have someone new in your life, Leo. I think you have someone new in your life, and if you don't, I feel like they're coming in soon. I don't know if this is you extending, you know, this cup of love to this individual, and I don't know, because, you know, the Knight of Cups holds with them the Ace of Cups. So this could be an apology. This could literally be like asking someone out on a date. Regardless of whether or not it's you receiving that cup or you giving that cup, I feel like for most of you, you're receiving it. Like, I feel you're the benefactor of this. For like 90% of you, I feel you're the benefactor of that cup. Like, that cup is trying to come to you. And I see it again here with the Page of Cups. It's trying to come to you, but you are energetically resistant to it. And I think you're energetically resistant to it because of something that occurred here in the past. So you have an individual here coming towards you. You're the benefactor of this grace, of this person's generosity. And you appear here to be at least energetically reluctant to accept this from this person. Focus on the positive. We have the Sun card here, clarified by the Queen of Cups. Why is the Queen of Cups here to the Sun card? One more shuffle. Thank you. This is being clarified by the 6 of Wands, the Knight of Swords, and the Tower. Yeah, I feel like this is coming in for you. If you have not experienced this individual yet, I feel like they're coming in. We have the 6 of Pentacles here. We have the Hangman, and we have the Devil. I feel like you're nervous, is the feeling that I get here. You have this person coming towards you. Like I said, it could be a past person for some of you offering an apology, or it could be an entirely new person here entering your life. But you seem very resistant to engage with this individual. And I feel like your nervousness comes from focusing too much on the negative about what happened in the past to you. We have the Fool and we have the 8 of Wands. This card talks about embracing uncertainty. So I feel like this is coming in quick. Tell me about the Fool to the 8 of Wands here. One more shuffle here. Thank you. This is clarified by the Seven of Wands. Yeah, look at that resistance. Five of Cups and the Ace of Swords. Page of Pentacles here. Yeah, you definitely have someone here coming towards you. But you are energetically resistant to it. So I will say, you know, for example here, if you are a single Leo and you're interested in meeting a new person, there's an energetic block here that you need to remove. Even though you might outwardly be like, yes, I'm ready, I'd like to meet a new love partner. Energetically, you're kind of giving off the vibe of like, you know, love is toxic, or love is dangerous, or I can't trust love, or I can't trust myself with love, or I can't trust your intentions. So there's something like that here where you are in the Seven of Wands, you're blocking this individual, energetically speaking, from coming towards you because of past hurt, past pain, past trauma that you, it appears here, have not processed completely. And so this person coming into your life, and I want to see here, I get the feeling it's a new person. Let's ask, is this a new person coming in? If we get an ace or a major arcana card, that would be a yes. Is this a new person here coming towards Leo? One more shuffle here. Thank you. Yes, moon card. And this is full moon in Aquarius, right? So you don't see this person coming. Hangman energy here. Hangman, devil, and the lovers to the Ten of Cups. So you're still holding on to something toxic that occurred to you. A memory, resentment, anger, pain. There's something here that has not cycled out or cycled through for the Leo collective. And so you have this new person coming in, and energetically you are guarded, like your walls are like 10 feet high, bulletproof here. So there's definitely a process here, like a process of healing that needs to occur in order for this new person to be allowed in. Now, for those of you who have done the healing work, I feel like you are meeting this person within the next 8 days, and that just happens to fall right around that energy of the full moon in Aquarius. So we have Justice, we have Page of Cups, and we have Queen of Swords. See, I feel like this is you being very cold towards this individual. Now, this is karmic justice that's coming in for you with this individual. Tell me more about this person. Tell me more about this person who's offering this. What does Leo need to know about this person? One more shuffle. Thank you. We have the Two of Wands. We have the Wheel of Fortune. And we have the Chariot. I'm telling you, this is coming in fast. And you'll be at a Y point. And then I have you here in this Four of Cup energy. Not a yes, not a no. This is a maybe. I don't know. I don't know if I want to give and receive, Six of Pentacles, love again. I don't know if I want to be vulnerable to that. So there's definitely, I feel like there's something here in this full moon in Aquarius. Full moons are all about releasing. And there's definitely something here about needing to release the pain, the resentment, the hurt, and really letting it go. And whether that means forgiving that person and forgiving yourself, that might be needed. And it doesn't mean that, I think I was telling Cancer, it doesn't mean that you condone what the person did. Forgiveness is for you, not for them. But there's definitely an energetic release here that needs to be done because you're the benefactor of something really, really great. And I feel like that's for like 90% of you. But for the 10% of you where this is you wanting to make the effort to approach another individual with this cup, there's definitely something here about if this is not cleared out, the pain, the resentment, the heartache, the negative thoughts here, then even though you're doing this like goodwill gesture, right, to move towards this individual, all of this baggage is basically something you'll be carrying into the next relationship, which would negatively impact the next relationship. So whether you're part of the 10% extending the cup or part of the 90% who are the benefactor of receiving the cup, there's definitely something here of needing to clear this out because you'll be at a Y point here. And your Y point, if you're, giving this cup, it's like, yes or no, do I do this? But I feel like you need to clear all this out before you move forward. And for those of you where this individual is coming towards you, again, you're at the Y point, yes or no, do I accept it? But I feel if you don't clear it out, this person will have an increasingly difficult time connecting with you because you're just not energetically on the same, on the same frequency. They're looking for give and take, and you're not looking for any of that energetically speaking because you're still processing the pain. So let's get you 3 cards of advice here. Yeah, this person's coming in fast. Let's get you 3 cards of advice. Your first card out is the Page of Pentacles, the Emperor, and the 8 of Cups, bottom of the deck world. It's done. Like that old cycle, those lessons. There's something here actually of being proud of yourself for having come this far in this healing journey, in this healing process. The Page of Pentacles, in terms of advice, could talk about acquiring knowledge, whether that's online, communicating with like a therapist or a counselor or something like that, a psychiatrist. I don't know, you know, what it is that you need. It could just be learning how you can handle this yourself, right? Whether that's meditation, whether that's prayer, whether that's regrounding yourself, whether that's journaling. There's a lot of different ways for individuals to work on healing themselves, and you'll have to find the right configuration, if you will, or the right model that works for you, the right plan that works for you. But there's definitely something here about you really need to step into the role of the Emperor and the Empress and take charge of these feelings. That Eight of Cups is not a good feeling, right? That's feeling emotional lack, loss, grief. It's all wrapped up in those Eight of Cups. That's why the individual is walking away. But there's definitely something here like needing to learn. You got to take control of this and needing to learn how to fully walk away, because you have, like I said, you have this new person coming in. If you're extending to them, you'll be dragging this emotional baggage with you into the next relationship, and that'll just cause you to repeat cycles. And for others of you, the same thing will happen if this person comes towards you. One, it'll be even more difficult for them to come towards you because energetically you're not healed yet. And two, even if they're able to get through your boundary and connect with you, you then still have the possibility here of repeating that same pattern in the new connection, because again, you're still dragging that emotional baggage with you. So it appears here that there's karmic justice at play, and you have what looks like a pretty solid soulmate coming into your life. Now, whether that's professional, platonic, or romantic will be different for all of you, but there's energetic space here that is needed for this person. And the best way for you to do that is to begin actively, like really begin actively working on healing those old wounds so you can move on from them and move towards this really nice, and I'm feeling the energy. It's a very nice, sweet, gentle, even like this really gentle individual who's coming into your life. And this could just be, you know, the friend that ends up being your best friend for life, but the relationship could be tumultuous if you're bringing, you know, past baggage with you and then falsely accusing the person of doing things, you know what I mean, like that the last person did or other friend did or something like that. So definitely karmic justice is here for you. You are the benefactor of this lovely new soulmate, but definitely need to release these old wounds once and for all. And the full moon in Aquarius will be a beautiful time for you to do that. That's what I have for you, my dear. That is your full moon in Aquarius message. If you like those messages, they resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of them, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace. Hello, Virgo. Let's take a look at your full moon in Aquarius messages. You have Deep Diver, diving into a task, card number 10. New moon in Scorpio, go deeper. Moonflower, take a risk. All right. Shave your legs. Shave those legs. All right, tell me more about this here for Virgo. Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. What do they need to know about Deep Diver, diving into a task? New moon in Scorpio, go deeper. And Moonflower, take a risk. Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. We'll get one more shuffle here. Thank you. First card out, my dear, Nine of Swords. Two of Cups, Three of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, the Star, and Page of Cups. I've been saying this for a while. Four of Wands, the Chariot, the Sun. Man, we've got the Hermit card here to the Ace of Swords, to the Ten of Wands, to the King of Wands. There's a little more healing here needed for the Virgo collective. I know you've come a long way. I've been doing your readings for you since April of 2024, but there's definitely something here about a little cleanup on aisle 5 mentally, because whether you're currently in this soulmate soul bond connection or it's a new one that's entering your life, these negative thoughts are almost like buried or burrowed in your subconscious. And so there's a need here to go really deep in this full moon in Aquarius energy. And I almost want to say with that new moon in Scorpio, Scorpio being the death card in tarot, it's almost like we need to eliminate, I say we, I'm just speaking like you, like we need to eliminate this negative, these negative thoughts or fears or doubts or insecurities, because if they aren't affecting the connection that's currently in your life, then they very well could have the possibility here of negatively impacting this connection. And for those of you where this is new, coming into your life, it could very well negatively impact the new connection as well. Tell me about the Queen of Pentacles here to the Nine of Swords. For Virgo, what do they need to know about this? One more shuffle here. Thank you. This is being clarified by Seven of Wands, Knight of Wands, and the Five of Wands. Bottom of the deck is the Strength card. I almost get the feeling like you think it'll be okay. Like, I'm in this relationship. It's fine. That was in the past. I've put it behind me. I'm solid. I'm good now. Like, whether this is an existing connection for you or a new one, I'm almost getting this feeling like I'm good. Like I don't need to do anything. I don't need to do any more healing. But I feel like there is healing here that's required. Tell me more about the Star card and the Two of Cups. One more shuffle here. Thank you. This is being clarified. The Devil, I told you. We think we're fine. We're not fine. Devil, Ten of Swords, Ten of Wands. That, I hate to call it baggage, but emotional baggage, mental baggage, the trauma from that past connection or connections that ended, they are still lingering. Devil to the Nine of Swords here in your subconscious. If you're currently in a connection, they are preventing you from really moving deeper, going deeper into the connection, like really opening up your heart to this person. Could even be preventing you from becoming intimate, right? Because the Knight of Wands is, you know, the most intimate knight in tarot, and he's flanked here by the Seven of Wands and the Five of Wands. So it might even be preventing you from being intimately vulnerable with this person. Like, even if you are having sex, you're not fully vulnerable and letting your freak flag fly, you know? So there's something like that here at play, where you're allowing these past hurts and doubts, which are really burrowed deeply into your subconscious, allowing you to either affect the connection that you're in, either on an emotional level, for some of you even a sexual level, and for others of you, you have this new person coming in, but the same thing can play out. So there's a need here to go a little bit deeper. Like I said, clean up here in aisle 5 to take care of this, because I feel like you're unknowingly bringing this into this connection. So take a risk here. Page of Cups and the Three of Wands. Yeah, I think there's a need here to take a risk and be a little bit more vulnerable, whether it's an existing connection or an entirely new one. Tell me more about this. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Strength, Eight of Pentacles, Six of Cups. Yeah, this is a soulmate, soul bond connection. I mean, King of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. This very well could end up becoming an individual that you either spend a significant portion of your life with, or maybe even the rest of your life. Sometimes, you know, I do see these as the marrying king and queen of tarot. So there's something here like that at play. You're either in this connection or you're about to be, but there's something here about vulnerability, not wanting to be vulnerable again. It's like, I'll work at the relationship, I'll show up for the relationship, I'll do my duty in the relationship, but I don't want to be too vulnerable. Last time I was vulnerable, it was either held against me, or I was backstabbed, or I was betrayed, or I was put in competition. So even intimacy here could be restricted or limited. And I don't mean that you wouldn't be having sex with this person. You would be, but you wouldn't let your freak flag fly. You know, you wouldn't really fully enjoy the experience or try new things or something like that, because that Knight of Wands, it's so closed off. The sexual energy and then also the emotional energy here is so closed off. Four of Wands, the Chariot, and the Sun. If you're not in this connection yet, it's coming in fast. Some of you started this connection in Cancer season. For others of you, this is all playing out now in Leo season. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Five of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, Temperance. Yeah, Seven of Swords. You're sabotaging this connection. If you're currently in it, you're sabotaging it. And if you're about to enter it, you're sabotaging it. You're bringing these feelings of lack and resentment, and it's almost like an inability to fully trust this person. But the divine is telling you, one, time to go really deep and figure out where this is coming from and heal it once and for all. So two, then you can take a risk and move forward with this individual and truly enjoy this really nice soulmate connection here that's either in your life or about to enter your life. Let's get 3 cards of advice here for you. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Tower, Wheel of Fortune, the Magician. Holy Jesus. 9 of Cups. It's time to be happy. Truly, fully, authentically happy. This is your aha epiphany moment. I need to go back and manifest healing, and not just hope and pray and give it to God kind of healing, but utilizing all 4 aces to heal this, whatever this is. Whether that requires therapy, whether that requires journaling, doing your own self-help stuff, talking to a counselor. There's definitely something here of utilizing all of your tools to, I was going to say bury this. Yeah, bury this once and for all. So you don't drag it into this new relationship. So you can be truly happy. 9 of Cups, Death, and the 7 of Pentacles. I would not delay your happiness anymore. I would identify what this is, what these wounds are, and I would address them immediately, because if you're currently in a connection, they're negatively impacting the connection. And if you're not, this person is, I mean, so heavy in your energy for the collective. It's been coming up so loudly the past couple of weeks. And I see, you know, your comments under the videos. You're like, I already met them, or I went on the first date, or I'm on the second date and things are going great. And yeah, but what you're not realizing is subconsciously, this is bubbling beneath the surface. And when you start feeling too much, or you start feeling like you're becoming a little too vulnerable, you're going to retract. And this person will take it like there's something wrong with them, or you're not interested in the relationship. And that's what I mean by negatively affecting the relationship. Or you could start accusing this person of things they're not doing based on, you know, the wounds and the pains that you have from what this past person or past people did. So a little cleanup needed here on aisle 5. I'm telling you, the Knight of Cups, they're here. Knight of Cups, 6 of Wands. You need to, 8 of Cups, learn how to fully walk away from all of this pain and trauma of the past. But I love this connection that's coming in for you. Do I think it's, you know, is perfect or will be perfect? No. And whether it lasts 1 year, 10 years, or the rest of your life, there's a need here for you to just enjoy it. Just enjoy the fun again, enjoy connecting with another human being again, enjoy being vulnerable again, regardless of the length of time that the relationship will be in your life. This is really just telling you, let's just take a risk and let's just be happy, and not think too much about, am I marrying this person or having kids with them or growing old with them? Let's just be happy in the moment. And the best way to do that is to clean up these old wounds from the past. That's what I have for you, Virgo. That is your full moon in Aquarius. If you like those messages, they resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of them, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, I am wishing you light, love, and peace. Hello, Libra. Let's take a look at your full moon in Aquarius messages. You have Unmarked Trail, Revelation, card number 57. Full moon in Gemini, embrace the flow of life. An exalted moon, self-regulation. Which is interesting because it has, it's one of the few cards in this deck that actually shows a rainbow. Always reminds me of the 10 of Cups. Tell me more about this for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. What does Libra need to know about this? Unmarked Trail, Revelation, full moon in Gemini, embrace the flow of life, an exalted moon, self-regulation. Let's get one more shuffle here. Thank you. First card out, my dear, the Knight of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, Justice, 10 of Swords, the Hermit, and the Ace of Pentacles. Here we have the King of Swords, the 6 of Pentacles, and the 6 of Wands. That leaves the Tower, the Star, and the Ace of Swords here at the bottom of the deck. So you're having a revelation here in respect to an ending that either happened some time ago or is in the process here of ending for you in your life. And maybe this ending is, it's opening up new territory for you, right? In this unmarked trail. It's like you've never been here before. So tell me more about this. For some of you, it happened some time ago. For others of you, it's been a long time coming, and you're kind of in the thick of it now. Tell me about the 10 of Swords to the Knight of Pentacles here. What does that have to do with unmarked trail and revelation? One more shuffle here. Thank you. Temperance, 2 of Cups, and the World card. Bottom of the deck, 4 of Pentacles. So it's this aha epiphany moment here that, and we saw the Tower card at the bottom of the deck, that this soulmate, soul bond connection should have come to an end a long time ago. And maybe you were afraid or resistant to do that because it would set you on a new trail, a new path, one that's been unmarked. And with that, you know, comes the need to get out of our comfort zone. And getting out of our comfort zone could stir up some fears and doubts and insecurities. So there's a closing out here of a soulmate, soul bond connection. And in this full moon in Aquarius, your aha epiphany moment is, this should have closed out a long time ago. Like, I stayed in this a little bit longer than I should have. Hermit to the Queen of Swords. What does this have to do with the full moon in Gemini? Embrace the flow of life. That Queen of Swords is Gemini, you know, Libra, Aquarius energy. So I feel like that's you, whether you're masculine or feminine, because astrologically speaking, the Queen of Swords is Libra. Tell me more about this. One more shuffle. Thank you. Okay. We have the Eight of Wands, the Emperor, and the Nine of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, Five of Cups. You embrace the flow of life. Gemini is a mutable sign. You are a cardinal sign. So there's something here about going with the flow, understanding this process, that it needs to occur, that it is part of the evolution of your life. There's something here about doing a lot of soul searching when it comes to this connection, understanding what role it played in your life and why you need to take the reins now to move on from it, to become free, independent, and single of it. Ace of Pentacles is here to justice, self-regulation. Justice is you. So I like you're showing up here very much in your power when it comes to this new beginning in your life. I also think that you very much could be in your power in respect to ending this. Like, I think you may not realize it because you think it's unmarked territory, but I also think your revelation here is this ending can be on my terms. When it happens, how it happens, what I get out of it. And I don't know what this is. Could be a job, right? This could be a professional contract that you're looking to close out. Could be a contract with a friend. Could be a contract with a romantic partner, or maybe even a family member that you're looking to sever a tie with. But I think what you're realizing in the full moon Aquarius is the ending is up to me. I get to end this whenever I want and on my terms. I also think that's part of your aha epiphany moment. Tell me more about the Ace of Pentacles to justice. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Queen of Pentacles, the Hierophant, and the Knight of Wands. This is in your power. Whether this is a marriage you're ending or you're severing a contract with your employer or your business partner, because in a career and finance reading, the Hierophant could be someone that you work for or work with. There's definitely something here of the ball is in your court. I don't think you realize you have as much power as you do. So you can take this action on your own behalf whenever you want. And that Hierophant card here is also telling me this was a lesson for you. I think you were leaving the ball in this person's court, whoever they are to you. And it was almost like you were subjected to what they wanted or how they wanted or when they wanted it. And this is like, no, this was the whole purpose of this contract, was for you to learn how to find your voice, for you to create the terms of the exit and creating the terms of the exit that best benefit you. That was the whole purpose. So you would get out of being a people pleaser and learn how to be a Libra pleaser, putting yourself first. We have the King of Swords, we have the Six of Pentacles, and we have the Six of Wands. And I like this. And I don't mean to make this sexist sounding. I'm just talking about in terms of hierarchical, in terms of the hierarchy of tarot, the king trumps the queen. So there's something here about you when you're in this realization, you're in queen mode, whether you're masculine or feminine. And then once you figure out that exit strategy, then you advance to the highest order, right, of that suit, of the sword suit, would be the King of Swords here. And now really moving forward. So it's like being in Queen of Swords energy to create the plan, and then the King of Swords energy to execute the plan. Six of Pentacles to Six of Wands. That's your victory. It's almost like you need to control the ending here. And some of you are afraid to do that because this is uncharted territory, and you might very much be a people pleaser, but that's why this whole thing played out the way it did. So you can learn how to regulate yourself and move towards your own happiness without allowing someone else to dictate what that is or when you're allowed to move towards it. We have the Two of Swords, we have the Five of Swords, and we have the Three of Swords. So, and then the Seven of Wands. So I didn't even say what I was pulling cards for, but they happened to fall out. So I started taking them. The Two of Swords, the Five of Swords, and Three of Swords. This is totally your decision. The Two of Swords is the moon in Libra. How you deal with this, whether you're going to argue over it, fight over it, how you'll deal with this conflict, with this heartbreak, is entirely your choice. There's definitely here a lesson for you that this ending is supposed to be on your terms. Let's get you 3 cards of advice. And embracing that this is now your time to shine. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Like you're you determine your fate. You're the ruler of your fate and your destiny. Two of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, Two of Wands. I love this in terms of advice. This is saying you're at a Y point. You're at a decision here. And you don't have to leave it in the hands of someone else. You can step into the power of the Queen or King of Wands. Very expansive you, looking out into the future. What is best for my future, right? I'm speaking like you. What is best for my future, and how do I get there in the most grounded, sensible, and balanced way? And that should be part of the plan that you create to exit whatever this is. So if it's a job, what's the best way for me to exit this job? Is it quitting on the spot? Is it a 1 week notice? Is it a 2 week notice, et cetera, et cetera? So whatever this is, I hate to say it was meant to happen this way, but it was meant to happen this way. It was the only way that you would be forged through this fire and come out as the Queen or King of Wands. Because in controlling the ending now, having that new life experience, you're no longer on an unmarked trail. You're now on a trail that you're forging yourself. And if you can control the ending, which I have no doubt that you can and will do, then as you move forward into the next chapter of your life, it'll be a lot easier for you, because now you'll have the experience to plan your life out and to make the difficult decisions, as opposed to handing control over to someone else and having them do it for you. That's what I have for you, my love. That is your full moon in Aquarius message. If you like those messages, they resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of them, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace. Hello, Scorpio. Let's take a look at your full moon in Aquarius messages. You have Hollow Bone, Teachability, card number 28. I don't think I've ever seen that card come out in a full moon reading before. First quarter moon in Taurus, Release Control, and Talk to the Moon, Communicate. Okay. Tell me more about this here for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. Let's clarify. Hollow Bone, Teachability, first quarter moon in Taurus, Release Control, and Talk to the Moon, Communicate. Taurus is your opposite sign, which is fixed energy, your fixed energy as well. So it's difficult for a fixed sign to release control, but there's something here that's saying that you need to do that. Maybe that's a teachable moment here for you. Tell me more about this here. One more shuffle. Thank you. We have the Lovers. We have the Two of Pentacles. We have the Eight of Swords. We have the Nine of Pentacles. We have the Three of Cups. And we have the Knight of Cups. Bottom of the deck, we have Nine of Wands, Page of Wands, and Four of Swords. That leaves the Knight of Pentacles. There's that moon, full moon Aquarius, to the Six of Swords, to the Ace of Cups. I feel like you have had a romantic connection here in your life. And I don't know, because it's a collective general reading, if this is a current, your current love connection, or if it was a past one. It kind of doesn't matter, to be quite honest with you, because the message here is the same. You were supposed to learn how to be free and independent and autonomous, how to exist that way within a connection with another person. I think this came up in one of your readings, actually, a couple of weeks ago, about like losing yourself in the connection, or like waiting for this person's response or answers or communication from them, right? There was something like that, and kind of keeping your life on hold, or wasting a lot of time waiting for someone else to communicate with you or come towards you. So whether you're currently in this connection or not, or if it's just, a connection that has ended for you recently, there was something here. Even if it ended and you don't want to go back to that person, that's fine. This reading isn't so much about them, it's more about you. The lesson there that you had to learn was how to exist in a connection, to not be so fixed, right? Releasing control, and allowing yourself to exist as an individual human being who's part of a partnership, and not making the partnership like your sole identity. Hope that makes sense to someone watching. Tell me more about the Nine of Pentacles to the Lovers card here. Oh, I've only done like the whole thing, and now I'm like, let me look at my microphone and see if it's on. Tell me more about this Nine of Pentacles to the Lovers here. One more shuffle here. Thank you. We have the Queen of Pentacles, we have the King of Cups, and we have the Ace of Wands. Bottom of the deck, we have Queen of Swords. So there is something here about being able to exist in a partnership. The Queen of Pentacles, I love the energy of the Queen of Pentacles, because if they're in a connection, they're a very good nurturer of the connection. This is someone who likes bringing stability and comfort, and they buy their partner nice things, or they cook them a good meal. It's a very nurturing energy, whether it's masculine or feminine. But it's also someone who knows how to nurture themselves. And that's because to become the Queen of Pentacles, you start off as the Nine of Pentacles. So there's something here about, I can be in a connection, whether I'm married or not, or I'm just dating the person, but I can exist in it independently. Like I should have, and I'm just speaking like you, like I should have my own friends or my own hobbies, or you know what I mean? Like my own things to do. There are things that we can do together. And then there's things that I should do independent of my person. And it doesn't make me a bad partner or a bad spouse, et cetera, to show up that way in a connection. It's actually quite healthy. And I think that's what this is trying to tell you, that you may have put all of your eggs in the relationship basket and you kind of lost yourself, or you lost your identity in the connection. And I've seen people like that. I've had friends like that in my life, where the kids grow up and, you know, they graduate high school and they go to college, whatever, they get married, et cetera, et cetera. And then the parents are home and it's like they have no identity. And I see it a lot with my female friends more than my masculine friends. But a lot of my female friends who are around my age, 50, 51 years old, getting so old, and the kids are all out and they've moved on with their lives, there's this feeling of like, well, who am I? And I remember when I moved into this town, I got involved with a local government community group, and we were putting on like the Independence Day celebration. And one of the meetings for our group of volunteers was at my home. And the woman who was leading the group, came over. And after everyone had left, she kind of stayed behind, and we chatted for a bit. And I asked her how she was doing, because she kind of really did. She gave off the vibe or energy of feeling sad. And she has 3 kids. And she was talking about how like this kid had moved on and these 2 only have a couple more years of high school. And she just looked at me and she was like, I don't know who I am. And I was like, what do you mean you know who you are? Like, you're the committee woman for our group. And she's like, that's why I started doing this, because I'm realizing the kids are getting older and I have no identity. I've always been his wife and I've always been their mother. And I've lost myself. I felt so terrible for her. I didn't have that experience as a stepmom. And I don't think being a stepmom had anything to do with it. It's just, I stayed very active in my life, independent of the family. And so when the kids grew up and moved away, I still had my other skills and hobbies and friends and stuff to do with my husband at the time. But some people get lost in that. They get lost in being the wife, or they get lost in being the provider or being the dad. And so there's something here about learning that you can nurture the connection and the family unit, but you can also nurture yourself. You can also be single and independent. And that's something that this connection, whether it's currently in your life or it just ended, that's what it was supposed to teach you. Okay. 3 of Cups, 2 of Pentacles is clarifying release control. Yeah, release control. This individual is holding on to the 2 of Pentacles, trying to balance everything. This is like, no, you don't have to balance everything. Everything is not your responsibility. You literally need to like get out of the house and go out and have fun. Whether that's independent by yourself, or you have a friend, or you meet a group of friends, or like I did when I moved to this town, I joined a bunch of community groups so I can meet like-minded individuals. So maybe there's something like that where you can just volunteer an hour or 2 a week or an hour or 2 a month, and at least connect with people who either like the same thing you do or are passionate about the same thing you do, something like that. There's a local group around here. It's not a formal organization. There's like six friends. They actually weren't friends to begin with. Someone posted in the local Facebook forum, I want to kind of have like this local group of like movie reviewers come together, people who like all different kinds of movies. And one by one, she kind of built this group of like 5 or 6 people. One of them is like diehard horror fan. The other one's like a big, romantic comedy fan. And so you have these 5 or 6 people with very individual views about movies, and yet they all go watch the one movie together. And then they post a review online, and it's neat. They each get a little paragraph. It's just something to do. So either you could start up something like that yourself, or you could join something like that, or like I said, join another group for those of you who don't have friends. But I can tell you who's someone who in the course of the past 5 years has gone to the movies by themselves. The first time or 2 was a little nerve-wracking, and then I'm like, oh, I don't have to stand in line alone. I can pay for my ticket online. Now I actually enjoy going to the movies by myself. I mean, I go with him, but I actually do enjoy going by myself. So there's something here about getting out of the house more. Yeah, 10 of Swords. I feel like you can't sit in that all the time. It's almost like the swords in this card are in the front. So I feel like I almost feel like you're betraying yourself by not going out and having fun, or not learning a new skill, or getting involved with a new hobby. Give me one more on this. Yeah, look at that. 10 of Swords, 9 of Swords, 10 of Swords. Like, this is all, This is all mental mashed potatoes of all the, it's almost like you give yourself reasons why you can't. And I kind of feel like you're betraying yourself here. I can't even say you're stabbing yourself in the back. You're stabbing yourself in the front. There's this, I have to keep myself small in a connection. And I don't know where that was implanted in the Scorpio collective, but it's actually the opposite. It's like we need to put an end. We have to release control of this and not allow this to dictate going out and having fun and meeting new people. Communicate. Knight of Cups to the Eight of Swords. Tell me what this is all about. Knight of Cups to the Eight of Swords. One more shuffle here. Thank you. We have the Ten of Wands. We have the High Priestess. And we have the King of Swords. Bottom of that Queen of Swords. So for those of you who are currently in the connection and this message is resonating to you somewhat and you feel like you've lost yourself in the connection, there's something here about having a conversation. They don't have to be an air sign. Anyone's capable of talking. But I have the King to the Queen of Swords here. It's like there's a conversation here that needs to be had, that I can no longer exist in this connection just focused on you or the children or the pets. And it doesn't mean that I love you less. I'll still nurture the connection, but I need to nurture myself because it's very burdensome carrying the weight of the connection. I'm losing myself. I'm literally being buried. I'm being emotionally buried and psychologically buried alive in this connection. I need to go out and have some fun. And I feel like there's a communication here between you and this person in the full moon in Aquarius that needs to be had here. And now if you don't have a romantic partner, if I'm talking to someone who's single, then this is you literally needing to communicate to the moon. Surprised we didn't see the Magician card. And manifesting, getting out and meeting people and having a good time. And not just hoping and praying for that, but also utilizing those four aces to literally go out there and find a movie that you want to watch. And I was telling Kyle, my best friend, I said, you know what? I think I'm going to the movies tomorrow. And he's like, yeah, you guys are going. What do you see? I'm like, no, not you guys, me. I think I'm just going to go see Superman. I think I'm going to take myself out to lunch and go see the Superman movie. And he was like, really? And I was like, yeah, really. So it's okay to do things like that while you're in a connection. And it's certainly okay to do them alone. So if you're with this person, I would say there's a need here to communicate with this individual. And if you don't have someone in your life, that's okay. This is you now using the energy of the full moon in Aquarius to say, please help me release control, release doubts, fears, and insecurities when it comes to getting out there and either experiencing life again on my own or meeting like-minded individuals. But there's definitely a release here of fear that's needed. Some of you have been playing it way, way too small. And I don't know if this goes back to childhood with that Page of Wands to the Four of Swords. Like, is this a childhood wound? Nine of Wands, is this something you repeat in relationships over and over again where you get so enthralled in the relationship or invested in your partner that you lose yourself in it? And I think for some of you, that's a wound here in the full moon in Aquarius that maybe needs to be healed. Tell me more about that. Four of Swords to the Page of Wands to the Nine of Wands. I feel like it's a pattern for some of you. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Yeah, Hangman, Empress, and the Emperor. Whoa. I feel like it's holding you back. That wound not being addressed is holding you back from like elevating, or if you're single, like meeting your counterpart, something like that. I just feel like you lost yourself in this connection or in a past connection. And if you're completely single, you do have a divine counterpart headed your way. But if you don't heal this wound, really identify where it comes from and then heal it, I feel like it'll negatively impact this relationship because you're going to do the same thing and you'll bury yourself in the connection. Let's get you 3 cards of advice. First card out, Eight of Wands. So this is something you can act on now, like this week. This is 8 days. So within the next 8 days, you can start on this right now. Either have a conversation with this person, say, look, I love you. I love our family, whatever the construct is of your relationship, but I need to get out more. Either it's by myself or with a friend or friends, but I need to get out more. I need to enjoy life again. And then literally go and do it. Literally go and do it. And if you're not partnered, then just start doing it on your own. And again, if that means going to the movies by yourself, go to the movies by yourself. Buy your ticket online, makes it easier. Don't go on a Friday or Saturday night when there's couples there and they're all holding hands and all over each other. Grab a Sunday matinee at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It's probably half the price anyway. So do something like that and then take yourself out to lunch. And it doesn't have to be expensive lunch. Queen of Wands fell out of the deck. I'm not sure if it was now or before. But yeah, Eight of Wands to the Queen of Wands is taking the inspired action to either have this conversation or, like I said, just move forward and do this. Let's get one more card here, one more shuffle. Thank you. Yeah, Ten of Pentacles. I think this is such a beautiful energy that you could really step into, whether you're masculine or feminine. And there's something here about like enriching your life in that Ten of Pentacles with new experiences. And yes, some of them could be with your partner, but some of them should also be on your own, whether you're doing it single or in a group. That's what I have for you, Scorpio. Basically, your full moon in Aquarius messages, you need to have more fun. Whether it's, you know, yes, with your partner, but independent of them. And if you've got friends, great. If you don't, try to find some. Like I said, volunteer in a group. It's a wonderful way to meet like-minded people. But at the very least, go out there and make the choice here to go out and do something nice for yourself, out in public, by yourself, over the course of the next 8 days. I think you'll find it to be very freeing. And let go of control. Like, whatever happens, happens. You hate the movie, you hate the movie. You try a new place to get a burger or whatever, a bowl of soup, wherever it is you live in the world. Let go of control. If it sucks, it sucks. If the meal sucks, it sucks. You don't have to control every aspect of going out and stuff. And I remember the first time I went to the movies, I didn't even select a movie ahead of time. I was like, I'm just going to walk in. It's 8 p.m. Whatever's playing, I'm going to totally release control. Whatever it is, it is. And it was an okay movie. It was an okay movie. Second time around, I ordered the tickets online. But just go out and have fun. Like, whatever happens, happens. Try the new cafe. It's okay to do that. Or take a drive in unknown territory and see something different. And if you don't have money to spend, that's okay. You can go sightseeing. Sightseeing is free. You could pack a lunch at home and go out on your own and just enjoy the solitude of being by yourself with a really nice view. That's what I have for you, my love. That is your full moon in Aquarius message. If you like those messages, they resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of them, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace. Hello, Sagittarius. Let's take a look at your full moon in Aquarius message. You have Skywriting, the Fates, card number 49. Oh, 2 cards came out here for you. Trust all will be well, new moon in Virgo. And then you have Detoxify, full moon in Taurus. And then you have the moon's moment, synchronicity. You're right on time for something, baby. Let's see what this is all about. You're right on time. What does Sag need to know for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus? Skywriting, the Fates, full moon in Taurus, Detoxify, new moon in Virgo, trust all will be well, and the moon's moment, synchronicity. You're right on time. One more shuffle here. Thank you. First card out, 8 of Pentacles, the Tower, the 6 of Wands, the Phoenix, the Ace of Swords, and the 2 of Cups. Right on time. 3 of Swords, 7 of Wands, 10 of Pentacles. All roads lead to Rome, even the heartbreaking ones. Bottom of the deck, Star card, Sun card, Hangman. I cannot believe these cards here for you. So, Skywriting. It was meant for you to go through what you went through. And that's really tough to tell someone who's had their emotional teeth kicked out of their mouth a few times, as the Sagittarius Collective has experienced. And I know that because I've been doing your readings since April. Well, at least on YouTube, I've been doing them since April 2024. So I see what you've gone through in the last 14 or so months, 15 months. So, but it helped to develop who you were. And I know that's such a terrible thing to say when people go through such heartbreaking situations and connections that end disastrously, but it was fated. Everything that you went through. That 8 of Pentacles card talks about working on oneself, mastering oneself. And so what you went through was fated in order for you to be able to be crafted or to become this phoenix rising from the ashes. I feel like you have something new coming in. I've been calling this for a while now for the Sag Collective. That Ace of Swords to the Tower, it's coming in quick. There's a need here to detoxify. And I'll clarify this separately for you, because this epiphany, this realization, this opportunity, this offer, this person is coming in quick. And I feel like there's a need here to not bring emotional baggage, hate to call it that, into this new connection, whether it's professional, platonic, or romantic. Tell me about the Phoenix and the Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, this was written in the stars, basically. You're right on time, my love. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Queen of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, Temperance. There you are. I mean, that's very strong energy there. The Hierophant, the Five of Pentacles, the Devil. Boy, did this suck. Something that you were committed to, something that you thought was established, something that you thought was secure, something you thought would last a lifetime. Did not. It turned toxic. You were abandoned. You were emotionally neglected, ghosted, left out in the cold. It's ironic to see the Devil and the Hierophant side by side, like flanking the Five of Pentacles here, because it's like it should have been the Hierophant, and instead it ended up being the Devil. And for some of you, it even cost you financially. When I see the Five of Pentacles to the Devil, so some of you incurred a financial loss with whatever situation, environment, or connection that was. But it was all fated. There was something here where you, similar to Scorpio, but not exact, you lost yourself either in that connection or you suspended your life for that connection. There was a need for it to end. I feel for you that's a definite ending, where the Scorpio connection kind of was split for them, like 50% of them are still existing in it, and the other 50, they've moved on from it. But I feel for the majority of you, I'm talking to you about a connection that has ended. And there's definitely something here about you needed to learn how to exist independently without a connection, or to not give up on your own goals and dreams and plans and aspirations. And I think that was the lesson of that partner in your life. And now moving forward with this new connection, which is right on time. I mean, I love that. Two of Cups, Six of Wands to the Synchronicity card. It's almost like you can't forget that, because you don't want to repeat that pattern again, where you enter this new connection and now you lose yourself in it again. So I want to talk about the new, because you have the Ace of Swords here to the Tower. Trust all will be well. One more shuffle here. Thank you. The Celestial Weaver, the Magician. Oh my God. The Three of Wands. Your ships are coming in. Devil, King of Cups, Knight of Pentacles. It's been a long time. I'm going to get a card here on the Devil, but I'm taking this as, in this instance, higher octave. This is every card in tarot has a positive, negative attribute. And this is the placement of Saturn and Capricorn. I'm getting a very high vibe off of this, but I'll get one card on that Devil. Cautiously optimistic. Trust all will be well. Yes, cautiously optimistic, because something you've manifested has come in. I asked for one card, but we got three. The Nine of Swords, the Knight of Swords, and the Chariot. Coming in hot, my love. And I think it will, it'll rattle you a bit. This person, this opportunity here coming in. I don't think some of you see it, although you've been calling it in here for quite some time. King of Wands here at the bottom of the deck. So whatever it is that you've been manifesting is coming in. Opportunity, situation, individual, type of individual. You've called them in and they're coming in. Just had the Nine of Wands show itself. So I want to clarify that detoxify card, because I'm getting the feeling here. Maybe you need to let go of control, since Taurus could be a very restrictive, controlling energy. And don't get offended if you have Taurus placements. My best friend is a Taurus, so I don't mean that in a disparaging way. But again, just like every tarot card in a deck has, positive and negative attributes, so do every zodiac sign. And the lower octave of Taurus, or the negative attributes of Taurus, could be really rooted and fixed and stubborn and not changing their ways. And, being flanked by Aries and Gemini, sometimes Taurus could learn a little bit by becoming a little bit more mutable or a little bit more fiery. So maybe for some of you here, you actually need to detoxify, like let go of control in this new connection that's coming in for you. Tell me more about detoxify here. One more shuffle. Thank you. Yeah, the Emperor, that would be a very controlling energy, right? The Emperor, the Strength card, and the King of Wands. So there's something here about detoxifying total control of this connection. Don't get mad at me. It's probably for one of you watching. Some of you, and I'm really surprised to say this, because you're not a fixed sign at all, right? You're a mutable sign. Like I am. I'm across the zodiac wheel from you. I'm a Gemini. But there's something here about again, only for maybe one of you watching, you get into a relationship and you get a little controlling of your person. And it's so unlike Sagittarius, but it is low vibe Sag. Low vibe Sag could be a little bit, class 5 clinger. So there's something here about releasing control. You can have quiet control in a relationship, right? Leo energy here in the Strength card is a quiet, more reserved energy. So for some of you, you need to detoxify control of a relationship or of your partner in a relationship, or trying to control the outcome of the relationship. And I did know a low vibe Sag. Obviously, that part of the message won't apply to all of you, because I think if you're into spirituality or esotericism or tarot, you tend to be a little bit more high vibe by nature, or at least you try to be. So I kind of feel like that one specific message is more for low vibing Sag, and don't get offended. I have an older brother, and he sometimes is high vibe and sometimes he's low vibe. And when he's low vibe, he can be very much a boot on the neck of his partner. So there's something about releasing control and just being more mutable, because that's what you are, being more high vibe Sag and enjoying this next relationship. Tell me about this next relationship, the Two of Cups and the Six of Wands. Tell me about this for Sag. One more shuffle here. Thank you. You have the Eight of Swords, you have Judgment, and you have the Nine of Cups. Bottom of deck, Ace of Wands. Passionate new beginning. I said it before, I think you'll be up in your head when this person enters your life. There's definitely some resistance here. Why is that? Why is there resistance here? Why is there resistance here? One more shuffle. Thank you. Ace of Pentacles, another ace on the table. Ace of Pentacles, Page of Swords, Page of Cups, Ten of Swords. That's why. So there's a fear here in the Sag collective that this is too good to be true when this person comes in. And I don't know who they are for you, a business partner, a friend who has the potential to become your best friend for the rest of your life, a love partner. I'm leaning more on love. It's just energetically what I'm feeling. But either way, there's something here of wanting to control every aspect of this relationship so it does not crash and burn the way the past one did. And your advice here is to release control and detox that aspect of yourself. Heal those old wounds so you don't carry them into this new connection. It's like when this new connection comes in, it's almost like you have to learn from the beginning how to show up in a partnership, because the partnership you were in previously was toxic. This is not a toxic partnership. It's almost like you have to be patient with yourself and detoxify any of the negative traits or patterns, relationship traits or relationship patterns that you had, because they're probably toxic to some degree. And that's because they were created in a toxic relationship environment. And so definitely need here to detoxify those patterns out of your life and really learn how to do relationship differently now, in that Page of Swords to the Page of Cups, learning how to love differently and also learning how to trust. Learning how to trust again. I think some of you might have a huge trust issue with this new person, and it's no fault of their own. It's because of whatever this past person here did to you. So in the near future, you have the Three of Swords, the Seven of Wands, and the Ten of Pentacles. There's a replay here of something heartbreaking that happened in the past. And I think meeting this new person or engaging with this new person might trigger that for you. And if it does, I think that should be your aha epiphany moment of, I have not fully healed. I have not fully detoxified from what happens back there. And so Seven of Wands, it's almost like you're blocking the Ten of Pentacles. You're blocking the long-term success of this connection based on the heartache of what an individual or individuals did in the past. And then adding an additional layer to that, the fear and anxiety of that heartbreak occurring again might force you to control every aspect of the relationship. And I think it would be very detrimental to the relationship if you did that. So let's get you 3 cards of advice. You got a couple of different messages there. You're right on time. What you went through, you had to go through. You're now healing. Bravo to you. You're manifesting a new beginning. That new beginning is arriving. For some of you, you're already experiencing it. For others of you, it's coming in soon. Either way, you're right on time, regardless of where you are on that timeline. But whether this person is currently in your life or on the precipice of entering, we have to detoxify a few things. Heartache, letting go of the betrayal from the past connection or connections, and then learning how to be more mutable, more high vibe Sag, and go with the flow and not be so restrictive on this person out of fear that they might repeat what someone did to us in the past. You can't judge your future based on the past here. 3 cards here of advice. One more shuffle. Thank you. Queen of Cups, Wheel of Fortune, King of Pentacles. I've been saying this for a while. You have this new person, and look how the cards came out right on time. Synchronicity, right on time. You got the Wheel of Fortune, right on time. Here's the King of Pentacles. Here's the Queen of Cups. I mean, for some of you, you're not even energetically allowing this person in. Your back is to this person. So for those of you where you're like, well, where is this person? I feel like they're energetically blocked right now. They're energetically blocked because I forgot who I was telling it to. It might be Virgo. Got a little cleanup here on aisle 5 that you need to get through in order to allow this person in. But solid soulmate here is on your path. And for those of you where you've already met this person, you've gone out like on a date or 2 with them, I would definitely, in the full moon energy here of Aquarius, I would create a schedule of allowing yourself, whatever it is, 15 minutes a day, an hour a week, to work on those old wounds, whether that's something you'll do on your own or something you're doing with like a therapist or a counselor. And there's lots of self-help information online. So I would definitely look into that as well, especially for those of you who maybe you can't afford a therapist or a counselor or your insurance doesn't cover it. But you have victory. You have success here in this new soulmate, soul bond connection. And I feel like the only thing that can really ruin it is the past. And it won't actually be the past fault while the new connection doesn't work out. It kind of would be yours for bringing that old pain and trauma or, you know, into it, or judging this new person based upon the actions of the past person. That's what I have for you, my dear. Those are your full moon in Aquarius messages. If you like those messages, they resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of them, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace. Hello, Capricorn. Let's take a look at your full moon in Aquarius messages. You have closing door, completion, card number 5. This is all about change. Full moon in Cancer, let your fears dissolve. Moon mastery, the law of attraction. I think you're very close to closing out a soulmate connection here in your life. And whether it's a soulmate or a karmic soulmate, you know, I'll leave that up to you. But I feel like all the lessons you had to learn in that connection are complete. You can continue to exist in it, but I don't. Usually when the lesson is complete, the same patterns will continue in that connection. And that's letting you know it's kind of like no longer serves your purpose. I hate to say that, but that's kind of the feeling here. And some of you are afraid to let this person go. Tell me more about this here for Capricorn. Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. What do they need to know about closing door, completion, full moon in Cancer, let your fears dissolve, and moon mastery, the law of attraction? One more shuffle here. Thank you. First card out, my dear, 10 of Cups, 2 of Swords, the Sun, 10 of Wands, King of Cups, the High Priestess. Bottom of the deck, 5 of Pentacles, 3 of Cups, 6 of Pentacles. That leaves the Knight of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, Page of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles here at the bottom of the deck. I feel for many of you, this is a family connection, whether this is your spouse, your sibling, your aunt, your uncle, I don't know. But the soul contract with this particular individual, or maybe even a group of people, I don't know, it's a collective general reading, it's complete. You have gleaned all of the knowledge and all of the lessons you could have gleaned and acquired from that person or those people. And it could be a friend for some of you that you treated like family. But there's definitely a cycle here is closed. The connection has become so restrictive, so backbreaking, so burdensome for you. It's no longer working. It's falling apart every day. Something else is going wrong. There's, you know, something else to fix, something else to apologize for, something else to ask an apology for. It's become so chaotic. And the reason for that is that's the universe letting you know it's time to wrap it up. It's time to close it up. Things are not improving here. They're not meant to improve. Tell me more about this. The 10 of Wands to the 10 of Cups here. And I mean, we don't have the World card here, but I'm feeling it. I think you're close. One more shuffle here. Thank you. 10 of Wands to the 10 of Cups, clarified by 3 of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, 4 of Swords. Bottom of the deck, the Empress, Queen of Cups, Knight of Cups, 8 of Cups, right behind that. So 5 of Wands. So there definitely is something here like it's time to fully close out this connection, heal from it, and move on. And some of you don't want to hear that because, again, this could be a sibling, this could be a child, but there's definitely something here if this needs to close out. You've learned everything you had to learn from this person or these people. Now, I forgot whose reading it was. May have been Cancer's reading a couple of weeks ago. I had said, you know, I always look at the World card in tarot because it has the 4 fixed signs in the corner, right, in the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith tarot deck. When I see the World card, I always look at it as like, okay, it's a completion. And I equate it to, here in the United States, of 4 years of high school, kind of like fixed, right? You go to high school, you have to go for 4 years type of thing. But when the 4 years are up and you've learned everything you had to learn, right? You completed it. You have a graduation and then you receive, you know, your diploma. And at that point, that chapter of your life is done. You now have new pathways before you. You can go to college, you can get a job, you can travel the world, you can go to trade school, you can take a year off, you can go work for mom and dad's business if they have one, you know. It's like you have all of these new avenues. Now, I guess you do have the divine gift of free will. You could decide come autumn, I guess I'm not going to do any of those things and I'm just going to repeat high school for 4 more years. And that's what it means in tarot when we say you're repeating a cycle. For me, it's like the equivalent of going back to high school for 4 years. It's like, why would you do that? You won't be learning or gleaning any new information. You won't graduate, you know, doing that same thing for another 4 years. It's not like you'll graduate with a doctorate or a master's degree. You'll be doing the same class, same experiences, the same homework, the same lessons, you know? So there's something like that here at play where like, you can stay in this connection and you could keep repeating this pattern as long as the person or the people on the other side want to repeat the pattern with you. But you won't learn anything new and the relationship won't change. Just like going to high school for another 4 years or 8 years won't suddenly get you a master's degree. So staying in this heartbreaking relationship or, you know, connection, won't suddenly become better because you invest more time in it. You've served the time that you had to serve in this soulmate soul bond contract. King of Cups to the 2 of Swords. Let your fears dissolve. Tell me more about this here for Capricorn. One more shuffle here. Thank you. This is clarified by the Hermit, the 4 of Wands, and the Queen of Pentacles, bottom of the deck, 9 of Wands. Yeah, you can continue to do this all over again. Empress energy, whether you're masculine or feminine, you could rebirth this connection over and over and over again. It still ends in the 10 of Swords, and that's something that some of you in the 8 of Swords with the blindfold on, you don't want to see. And you're wondering why you can't connect with this person, or it has nothing to do with your inability or their inability to connect or desire even to connect or desire to forgive. You're not meant to come together with this person. That's why it's such a tumultuous relationship. That's why there's so much betrayal and hurt here. So again, you can do this all over again, but you don't have to. Is basically the answer here. You don't have to. And there's something here about going really deep within and understanding that and letting your fear dissolve and saying that person played a role in my life. I played a role in theirs. Our soul contracts are up. We've learned all we had to learn from one another. And now entering that portal of the 4 of Wands as the Queen of Pentacles, whether you're masculine or feminine, and moving on to new soulmate, soul bond connections, which you have the ability to attract into your life utilizing the law of attraction. If you go to my website, thetimelinetarot.com, in the menu, it says resources, and one of them is a link to a free website, explains the law of attraction and how you can utilize that and master that in your own life to attract what it is that you want. And so for some of you, it's like you have a fear of letting this person or these people go, because then it's like, well, I'm alone in the world, but you're technically already alone in the world because this person or these people are causing you the 3 of Swords and 10 of Swords. So why would you want to keep those people in your world when you can attract healthier people? You can call in healthier people into your life. High Priestess and the Sun card. I wouldn't allow someone's title, and I had to learn this the hard way. I had to let my mom go, and I wish her the best. I don't wish her any ill, but my contract with her, soul contracts, are up. And it's just an awful, unhealthy, cyclical pattern in the relationship. And I had to open up my eyes to it and just say, I've learned all the lessons. Thank you, Mom, for them. Good luck. Because I could no longer exist in 3 of Swords, 7 of Swords, 5 of Swords, 10 of Swords with her. It just became way too unhealthy. And now utilizing the law of attraction, I get to bring in healthier connections into my life. And you can do the same thing here. I wouldn't allow someone's title to allow them to continue to emotionally or mentally or maybe even physically drain you or maim you that way. Tell me more about the High Priestess to the Sun card. And what does this have to do with the law of attraction? One more shuffle here. Thank you. This is clarified. The Devil. I love when you come out in your own readings. The Devil, Justice, and Temperance. I'm telling you, you don't need this person or these people. You don't need the havoc. You don't need the emotional upset. You don't need the betrayal. You don't need the lies, the confusion. You don't need any of it. You are fully, I mean, fully capable. Temperance to Justice to the Devil card. You are the Devil card in Tarot. Sorry, but you are. It's your astrological placement of Saturn and Capricorn. You are high vibing, more than capable of calling in newer, better, healthier soulmate, soul bond contracts that are almost like karmic rewards for you clearing out this connection or these connections. 5 of Pentacles, 3 of Cups, 6 of Pentacles. There's something here about getting out of this mindset of lack, the 5 of Pentacles. All those fears of, I can't be alone, I won't have anyone. You don't have anyone now. Like, let's say I'm speaking to a Capricorn and it's just you and your sister. That's it. I'll make it simple. It's just you and your sister. Neither of you are married. You don't have any children. There's no other family. And this sister is highly toxic. Steals your money, betrays you, backstabs you, tries sleeping with your lover, causes all upheaval and chaos. Thinking, well, I can never, excommunicate my sister from my life and I can't abandon her that way. Why not? Don't allow the moniker of sister to be what keeps that type of unhealthy connection in your life, when you can manifest a best friend who comes in for life and would never in a million years think of treating you this way. Sometimes family, and I've learned in my life, some of the closest people I have in my life are not blood related, because the family I create, those are people I choose. Those are people who are on the same vibration as I am. We're on the same life path. We support one another. We're not, and I have nothing against family. I do have family members I talk to, so it's not like I'm anti-family, but I wouldn't allow someone's familial moniker or title to control whether or not they stay in my life. Especially, you're already in the 5 of Pentacles. This person already makes you feel abandoned or emotionally neglected or cheats you out of finances or money or something like that. Drains your wealth. So are you really worse off without them? Just asking. Let's get you 3 cards of advice, my love. One more shuffle here. Thank you. 7 of Cups, lots of different soulmate. 7 of Cups, 2 of Cups. Lots of soulmate, soul bond connections out there. Lots of new people to meet. Knight of Swords, lots of new people to communicate with. It'll just require a little strength on your part to let these fears dissolve, so you can officially close the door on this connection or these connections. And that enables you to have a whole host of far healthier soulmate, soul bond connections, professional, platonic, and romantic, be able to access and enter your life. That's what I have for you, my love. That is your full moon in Aquarius message. If you like those messages, they resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of them, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, I am wishing you light, love, and peace. Hello, Aquarius. Let's take a look at your full moon in Aquarius and your sign messages. You have the Crossing, Initiation, card number 54. New moon in Capricorn, Step Up and Lead. And then you have Moon Shining, Stay in Integrity. Tell me more about this here for Aquarius. For Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. What do they need to know about the Crossing, Initiation, New Moon in Capricorn, Step Up and Lead, and Moon Shining, Stay in Integrity. For Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. One more shuffle here. Thank you. First card out, 4 of Swords, 3 of Swords, 7 of Swords, Queen of Wands, 9 of Swords, and 3 of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, 8 of Pentacles, Judgment, 9 of Wands. That leaves the King of Wands, 5 of Wands, 10 of Cups here to Justice at the bottom of the deck. I don't know what is happening here to my Aquarius collective lately. Definitely, I don't want to call it an ending. I just think that you've been dealing with a very heartbreaking situation I think for most of you, this is in the past, but you haven't quite fully healed the heartache. What I do like is that this full moon in Aquarius is giving you the opportunity to do that, to kind of cross and walk through this portal here that's opening up for you. This is card number 54. 5 plus 4 is 9. So 9s are nearing the completion of something. So I feel like this is your time here to take the inspired action of the Queen of Wands, whether you're masculine or feminine, to really focus on your healing here, because you have something new here developing in your life. And I think that you need to heal from whatever this has been for you. And I think you need to step up and take the lead here when it comes to this healing. I don't think you can bypass this. So tell me more about the Queen of Wands to the Four of Swords here for Aquarius. One more shuffle. Thank you. You have the Six of Swords, you have the 10 of Wands, and you have the 9 of Cups. I mean, that's beautiful energy. 8 of Wands here to the Ace of Wands, King of Pentacles here at the bottom of the deck. So yeah, situation, environment, or connection here, or a plan or a goal or something like that that you've had either ended or didn't work out the way you thought it would. It became too burdensome. It became too heavy. And it was something that at some point you decided to release and move on from. But there's still some residual emotional baggage, I hate to call it that, that is not yet fully processed. But this is your moment. These next 8 days here leading up to the full moon in your sign on August 9th. It's like these next, 8 days or so are really when you can focus on your healing. I feel like, I don't know, I feel like it's very freeing and liberating, or will be, once you do that. Tell me about the 9 of Swords to the 3 of Swords, because I feel like even though other aspects of your life you've moved forward on, this one thing here is not quite cleared up yet. And I think it plagues you. I think it plagues you emotionally in the 3 of Swords. I also think it plagues you mentally in the 9 of Swords. So what is this here for Aquarius? One more shuffle. Thank you. We have the Hangman energy. We have the World. And we have the Page of Pentacles. Yeah, bottom of the deck, the Moon, which is, full moon in Aquarius here. So there's definitely something here that has cycled out, closed out, whether by choice, you decide to close it out, by force, another entity closed it out. Like, I don't know, you were fired or you quit, or you broke up with the partner or they broke up with you. Whatever this is for you, it's cycled out and it's closed out. And you're on the precipice now of planting a new seed for this new chapter in your life. But I think you need to step up and take the lead here. Page of Pentacles for me is also the page in tarot of who likes to learn tangible knowledge. So there's something here about obtaining solid information or assistance on how to fully close out this cycle. Because I think while other aspects of your life are moving forward, there's something heartbreaking here that keeps playing over and over in your mind here in this 9 of Swords energy. And I feel like it's been with you for a while and has the potential to still exist within you even after you have fully physically moved on from whatever this is, and you're off planting these new seeds. I kind of feel like this hurt or pain in respect to this ending could actually sabotage the future here for you. 3 of Pentacles to the 7 of Swords, stay in integrity. So there's something about closing this out. First of all, for those of you closing something out this week, there's something about staying in your integrity and closing it out, being very mature as you wrap up or close out this cycle. For others of you, I'm getting a little bit separate of a message here. One, I do think you need to fully heal from this ending, or fully process this ending, whether it's just happened or you're in the thick of it and it's happening now. But yes, not healing it, could it sabotage your future? It could. But I'm getting a secondary message that came up in your weekly reading, actually, Aquarius, and it's about someone that you work with or collaborate with could actually be trying to sabotage your work here. And I don't think that'll apply to every Aquarius watching, so just take the messages how they resonate to you. But there's... this is coming from within the house. And what I mean by that is this is within the work environment, or literally maybe within your household. There's just an individual here that you collaborate and you work with, maybe even share resources with, like if this is a spouse or a family member. I just feel like they're not on the up and up. And there's a need here for you to stay in integrity when it comes to dealing with this person. Tell me more about this here. One more shuffle. Thank you. This is clarified by the Lovers, the 8 of Cups, and the King of Pentacles, bottom of the deck, the Hierophant. So going back to that first message where you're closing something out, or you have closed something out, there's definitely something here about staying in integrity as you close it out. So what do I mean by that? Let's say you've given your 2 weeks notice to work and you're now gearing up, getting ready for this new Page of Pentacles, this new job offer that you have accepted. There's something here about having a very mature, right? King of Pentacles, whether you're masculine or feminine, a very mature approach to closing this out, wrapping up any projects you have at the existing company, handing over all of the documents, being completely transparent. There's something here about, again, hate to use that word integrity, but being very mature and very structured and stable and sound in closing this out, because you don't know when you might need this person or these people in the future, whether that's like for a job reference, or maybe something doesn't work out at the new company, but they have an opening here at the old company. It's kind of like closing this door off in a very mature way, just in case you need to reopen it again in the future, or you need a favor or something like that. And then for others of you, you're moving towards this new opportunity, whether someone has presented it to you or you're creating it for yourself. I still think you have a saboteur here with some, I feel so specific. I feel it's probably for one Aquarius watching. So just don't take this one message if it's not for you. But I feel like someone is making the choice to try to sabotage something you're working on, or maybe even steal your idea or something like that, or take credit for your idea. I just want to get 3 more cards for the Aquarians for dealing with that on the work front, or some creative project that they're working on. Just 3 cards on that. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Hermit, the Knight of Cups, and the Page of Cups. Bottom of the deck, the Star. So for those of you where just that one portion of the reading is resonating with you, and you're working on something new, or you're starting this new job, there's something here about being very quiet. You can be kind to people, right? I'm not telling you to be an a-hole at the new place of employment. Page of Cups, Knight of Cups is someone who would be courteous, someone who is kind, someone who is loving or shows affection or admiration. But the Hermit is, to that Star, it's like there's a need here to keep under wraps whatever this wish fulfillment is that you're working on. Star to the Tower, to the Knight of Swords, because I still feel like there's someone here who would either try to sabotage this plan or take credit for it or steal your idea. I keep getting this for you, and it's only come up in the last week and a half here for the Aquarius collective. So again, sticking to that main message, there's something here to exit gracefully and in a very mature way. And then there's a little secondary message there for some of you. If you're working on something new or starting a new place of employment or a new creative endeavor, or like you're about to launch a project or your own business or something, there's something here of you can be cordial and kind to people, but kind of keep under wraps like your trade secrets or something like that. Let's get 3 cards of advice here for you. I like the 8 of Pentacles to the Judgment, to the 9 of Wands. This is telling me that you're not giving up. So if it's this new creative endeavor, you're going to continue to put a lot of effort into it. You're stepping up. You're taking the lead when it comes to this new job you're starting, or the new relationship you're entering, or like I said, that new endeavor you're working on. So I like that a lot, that you're being very persistent and you're not giving up on it. Good for you. I think success is yours. I don't know if I showed you at the bottom of the deck, one of the times was the 10 of Pentacles. So I think it has the potential here to make you very financially lucrative. So good for you if that part of the message resonated with you. For others of you, I like that you are, well, I don't like that you're going through some type of 3 of Swords moment, but what I like is you're redirecting your energy into other areas of your life. You're making the judgment call that, okay, this is over, but I'll be very classy on the exit and now pour my pentacle resources into other avenues or projects in my life. Let's get you 3 cards of advice. One more shuffle. Thank you. You have the 4 of Cups, you have the Hierophant, and you have the 2 of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, 6 of Pentacles. So twofold message here. For those of you who are like that, message number 1 is resonating with you. I know it's not a feel-good energy here with having to walk away from someone or end a relationship, or maybe even face why that relationship ended. And there could be feelings here like feeling neglected or emotionally abandoned or rejection. But with that Hierophant card right next to it, I almost feel like there's like a little mantra here of like rejection is God's protection. And so your advice here is to acknowledge that and to rebalance and recalibrate yourself, to focus on your healing, and then to focus. That 8 of Pentacles is like, understand that this was something you had to go through in order to become like a better version of you. This was part of your mastering oneself. And like I said, becoming like an Aquarius 2.0. For others of you, I want to go back to that new job here situation. Yeah, there's definitely the energy here of an individual who maybe comes up with great ideas but has no follow through. And there's something here about you being very balanced, and like Six of Pentacles. I don't know why I'm getting the feeling here. It's like people should be on a need to know basis when it comes to any new endeavors or projects that you're beginning. Even in the Queen of Pentacles, the way she's holding that pentacle, it's like being very reserved and not telling everyone all of your trade secrets. So that's what I have for you, Aquarius. Those are your messages in your full moon in your sign, which is occurring on August 9th, 2025. If you like those messages, they resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of them, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, I am wishing you light, love, and peace. Hello, Pisces. Let's take a look at your full moon in Aquarius messages. You have Spirit of the River, Movement Toward Adventure, card number 50. So something's about to shift or change here for you. Full moon in Sagittarius, see the bigger picture. And cold moon, face your fears. Okay, yeah, something is shifting and changing. Seeing the bigger picture so you can move forward. Face your fears so you can move forward. Tell me more about this here for Pisces. Sun, moon, rising, as well as Venus. What do they need to know about Spirit of the River, Movement Toward Adventure, full moon in Sagittarius, see the bigger picture, and cold moon, face your fears. For Pisces, Sun, moon, rising, as well as Venus. We'll get one more shuffle here for you. Thank you. You have the Three of Cups, Knight of Pentacles, King of Wands, Eight of Wands, Five of Swords, and the Devil card. Talk about facing your fears. Bottom of the deck, Two of Wands, the Death card, and the Sun card. Knight of Swords, Page of Wands, Ten of Pentacles here, Justice at the bottom of the deck. I have a couple of different messages here for you, and obviously I'll clarify, but the first thing that came to me is some of you need to get out more. Some of you need to get out more, whether that is volunteering in a community group or a religious group or something like that, just to, I don't know, connect with like-minded people, or connect with people that are already in your life, friends, family members, loved ones, etc. There's something here about moving towards adventure and getting out of your comfort zone and having fun again, connecting with existing people or making new connections in order to like get out there into the world. I think some of you have closed yourselves off from the world for, you know, one reason or another, but there's definitely something here about needing to get out. Yeah, Six of Wands. Go out and have fun. Inject a little Leo here into your life. We are in Leo season, so there's definitely something here about going out and having fun. Tell me more about this here. Let's clarify that. Eight of Wands to the Three of Cups. One more shuffle. Thank you. So we had the Six of Wands. We have the Ace of Cups, self-love, Queen of Swords. Yeah, it's time to do it, my love. Four Swords. It would be very healing for you to do this. Two of Pentacles. You don't have to waste a lot of money to do this. Temperance card is right behind that. So you could do this in a very tempered, financially balanced way. You don't even have to spend a lot of money, really, to go for a nice car drive, take yourself out on a picnic, rent a movie at home, right? If you don't have the money to go to the movie theater. But there's definitely something here about starting to do something nice for yourself, but also doing it like also outside of the house. That Eight of Wands is like a card of movement, and we're clarifying the like moving towards adventure. So again, it could just be window shopping. You don't have to spend a lot of money, or, you know, I don't know what your currency is where you live in the world, but saving up a couple dollars and going out and just sitting in a cafe that you've never been to and having a nice cup of coffee or tea or a little sandwich or a bowl of soup. Just kind of get out there in the world and start experiencing some things, I think would be a huge act of self-love. I also think it would be an extremely high, like a self-worth booster here, like a self-esteem boost for yourself. Some of you have become a little cold and rigid. It's almost like being afraid to go out and have fun. So definitely time for the Piscean collective to go out and have fun again and connect with people, either people they know or meeting new people. And I think you need to see the bigger picture when it comes to this, that there's more to life than just, you know, going to work 8 to 4 or 9 to 5 or staying home or staying on your property. There's something about like getting out there and venturing out into the world slowly but surely. And face your fears to do that. Some of you maybe have become agoraphobics, where you're like afraid to take the lead and go out there and be out there in public or interact with people. For some of you, there's a really like deep-seated fear that has developed because you've made your world so small. But that Sun card to the Death card to the Two of Wands, it's like you're ready. You're more ready than you know to get out there and have a good time. And happening now in Leo season, I had mentioned you need a little Leo here in your life. Then I have a secondary message here. The secondary message here is, let me clarify that Five of Swords to the Knight of Pentacles here. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Four of Pentacles, Queen of Wands. Yeah, Eight of Swords, bottom of the deck, Chariot. Some of you are in a situation, environment, or connection that in order to get out of it, or in order to find justice in it, or in order to move on from it, it's going to require you to compromise more than you originally wanted to compromise. But seeing the bigger picture, it's like, how much money are you spending fighting that conglomerate, or fighting that legal battle, or how much time, right? Because Pentacles are not only associated with money, they're also it's also associated with time. So how much time are you willing to spend of your life fighting for whatever this is? Meanwhile, you're losing out on money and time that you could be spending on enjoying life again, or getting back to life again. So there's definitely something here about taking the inspired action to say, I won't be so rigid, and I won't be so grounded. And not that being grounded is a bad thing, but being too fixed is. And I feel like for some of you, you're a little too fixed on whatever the situation is, which is odd because you're a mutable sign. But there's something here that's like, I want what I want. But there's definitely, the message has come through. And I think in one of your other readings, it came through as well. Like, you have to see the bigger picture. How much time and money are you spending fighting this battle? That if you were to compromise and take a little less, then, well, I know what you're legally entitled to or what you feel you deserve, but this is holding your life back. And some of you could have resolved this already, but there's a little bit here of pride and ego getting in the way. And I get that. I'm not shaming you for it, but Chariot to the Eight of Cups, you can move on from this a lot quicker if you were willing to swallow your pride a little bit and accept less than what you either legally or morally feel you deserve. The Devil to the King of Wands, facing your fears, whether that's this legal battle or whatever this is here for you, facing the fears and saying, it's okay. I can beat this toxicity. I can get myself out of this. And you certainly can. In that Eight of Swords card, you certainly can get yourself out of this. Again, it'll require you to accept less, but then you get to move on with your life. Because right now your life is like stuck. You're like trapped in this, whatever this issue here is for you. So tell me more about the Devil to the King of Wands here. One more shuffle. Thank you. Clarified by King of Pentacles, Knight of Cups, and Three of Wands. It's almost like you're dealing with this Devil to the King of Wands, right? And this is the energy of an individual who is very toxic. I want what I want right now. This is someone who can this is a bully. This could be a narcissist. This is someone who will like fight to the death, figuratively speaking. But there's something here about facing that person, facing that fear of that person, and coming in a bit more mature than they are actually in the Knight of Pentacles energy, and making them this offer. Although, again, it's less than what you feel you deserve, or maybe even you're legally owed, but making that offer just so you can move forward, so everyone could just move forward. And I feel like if you see it from that perspective, that's what will allow you maybe to do that, because some of you you're fighting something that, yes, it's rightfully yours, and I totally get that. Oh, I just saw the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, there's something here about being more mature than the other party. And sometimes that means walking away with less, but you're spending a lot of pentacle resources, like your life has come to a halt. So you're spending a lot of money either on legal fees or, like I said, time battling this person, whatever this is for you. And there comes a point where, and it's also affecting your health, although I don't do health readings, but could be affecting emotional health and mental health as well. There's something here about like freeing yourself from all of it and saying, I just want to get on with living. And it's not, I almost feel like, I mean, look at these two cards. Both of them have a flag. Actually, all three have a flag. The Two of Wands, the Death card, and even the Sun card in this deck all have flags. And so I feel like, although you might think that you're the loser, or you're, because you're accepting less or something like that, but I feel like you're the winner. I feel like you get to plant the flag, and look how the flag grows, like by you drawing the white flag, right? Because white flag typically is like you're giving up. but you're not really giving up. You're transforming the situation, and I feel like you will reap what you sow here. That look how tremendously larger the ribbon is here, the flag is here. So I kind of feel like karmically you'll get back tenfold what you would have gotten from this situation. Tell me more about that. Two of Wands, death to the Sun card. And I feel like that's your lesson here, because that ribbon is also for me reminiscent of the red ribbon that we see in the World card. So there's something here about like that cycle then is officially completed. And I feel like karmically you get back more than what you've lost here. Clarify that a little bit more here. Sun card, death card, Two of Wands. One more shuffle. Thank you. We have the Fool. Yeah, your new beginning. You can literally start your new beginning like tomorrow. Fool card, Seven of Cups. Now you have more options, more choices. This was keeping you very, very stuck, very stagnant. And look at you, Empress, bossing up, whether you're masculine or feminine. I know that you don't want to do this. You don't want to accept less. But I kind of feel there's a need here for you to get back to living. So take those messages, how they resonate to you. Some of you literally need to get out of the house more, connect with some new soulmates, or reconnect with people in your life. There's something here about transforming your life, injecting more fun, more play into it, enjoying life again. And for others of you where you have this battle going on, there's something here about being the bigger person. I know, but seeing the bigger picture, facing your fear. Are you accepting less? Again, with that Hangman energy, it's like you need to see it from a different perspective. You're not accepting less. You're actually gaining. You're gaining time, you're gaining money, you're gaining energy that you would have continued to invest in this, which still promises or still has no promise that you'll achieve the outcome that you want. And it's kind of like time to know, like, you know, cut your losses. What's that Kenny Rogers song? Like sometimes you got to know when to hold them, when to fold them. And you end up, I believe, doing better in the long run. If you were just to offer some compromise here. I actually think that it shocks the other side. And I don't know, maybe they'll think you're being underhanded or you have a trick up your sleeve. You don't. You're just realizing that Pentacle resources is not only money, it's time, and you've lost a hell of a lot of time. And it's time, hate to use that same word, but it's time for you to get back to living and cutting the cord with this. Like as soon as you can do that, the sooner you can go out and enjoy life again. That's what I have for you, Pisces. Those are your full moon and Aquarius messages. If you like those messages, they resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of them, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, I am wishing you light, love, and peace.